welcome to the pageantry offered here in Edinburgh, Scotland, where the Scottish Claymores are playing host to the Amsterdam Admirals in World League of American Football action. The Scottish crowd excited about today's matchup. Along with me, Eric Clemens, is New York Football Giants wide receiver Mike Sherrard will be calling the action for you today. But before we get to analyzing this one, let's take a look at the World League standings after 3 weeks of play. Amsterdam, this game very important for them. We'll get into that later. 3-0. Barcelona at 2-1. And there you see the four-way tie for first place. As for Amsterdam, Coach Al Luganville, it's a big game for him because if his players go out and win today, they will qualify for World Bowl III on June 17th or 18th because nobody could match that 4-0 record. And, of course, on his offense, he has the top-ranked running back in the league, Mike Sherrard.
Yes, number 22, Ralph Dawkins, is the key to their offense. Last week, he carried the ball 40 times for over 160 yards. It's a tremendous performance, and he is the key to the team.
All right, Coach Jim Kreiner of the Scottish Claymores. His team picked by many to win this league before the season began. They played very well in preseason scrimmages, but they're 1-2 right now, and this win could go a long way in establishing them as a contender, and his offense will be anchored by the quarterback spot.
Yeah, number 14, Matt Blunden, he did a tremendous job last week bringing his team back from behind. Great play into the game, avoided the rush, scrambled, hit the receiver. It was the play of the year.
All right, we're about ready for the opening kickoff as Amsterdam has won the toss and elected to receive. Back deep. And with a win, Amsterdam can clinch a World Bowl berth, clinching the first half season championship. They beat Barcelona earlier in the year, so Barcelona would not be able to catch them with that 4 victory mark. Arden Krzyzewski teeing it up to kick it off for the Scottish Claymores. Back deep to receive. Dawkins, one of those guys, and also Troy Stratford back deep for Amsterdam. And here we go. High short kick. Kickoff return by one of the up men. Tremaine Bell and Darren Chapman was returned that when he was up short. Jamie Martin will be quarterbacking, leading the attack for the Admirals at the quarterback spot. Backs and receivers, Dawkins, the leading rusher in the league, David Jones and Diedrich Smith getting a start today, Ernie Jones and Tremaine Bell. Single back in the backfield is Dawkins with 3 wide receivers, and the rollout for Martin. Tosses downfield, and he has his tight end Tremaine Bell for a short pickup out of bounds. Let's take a look at the Admirals offensive linemen: Rob Baxley, Kelvin Harris, John Bach, Brett Porta, and Sean Harper, and not much depth there because of injury. So Coach Luganville cannot afford to get one of these guys hurt. Second down, and call it 10 to go as there was no gain on that play. And there's Dawkins off the right side, met hard by a couple of defenders on the play, including Gerald Jeffcoat and Troy Ridgely. Also helping out on the tackle was 59 David Webb. Looking at the defensive line, Alan Young and Michael Brandon on the ends. They are some sack artists there, and the tackles are Gerald Jeffcoat and Troy Ridgely. It'll be third down and 10 yards to go. May call it 11 yards to go as Dawkins actually lost a half yard on the play. Martin, quick drop, throws to the near side, he completes it. James Williams made the tackle there with a short gain, a very short gain on that play as he hit David Jones, his H-back, on a quick pattern, but nothing doing as the Scottish Claymores defense holds, and will be time for punt. Darren Bennett will go back deep to punt. Back to receive. Looks like Alan DeGraffenreid is back there deep. Darren Bennett, the leading punter. in the World League so far with a 41.8-yard average, and now we have a problem as the officials wave off this one.
Yeah, yesterday Coach Kreiner said he wanted to have 2 men back returning the punts because Darren Bennett is such an accurate punter.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Delay of game on the offense there. Took too long for them to run that play, so they'll be penalized 5.
Yeah, the 2 guys back. Usually there's one man back returning the punt, but Darren Bennett is so accurate at kicking the ball outside the number. It's hard for a return, but with 2 guys back there, they can easily field it and hopefully set up a good return.
Saran Stacy is back there. And that one just gotten off by Bennett. High and angling toward the near sideline. Goes out of bounds at just about the 30-yard line. Maybe a little before that. Claymores will be quarterbacked by Matt Blunden, who played so well last week and leading them to 2 fourth-quarter scoring drives to get the victory. And Frankfurt backs and receivers. Saran Stacy and Marcus Thomas both over 80 yards last week. DeGraff and Reed and Barnett, the wide receivers, and your tight end is Dwayne Chandler. Tell you about the offensive line in just a moment. London on the handoff to the first man through a big hole for Marcus Thomas as he picks up about 9 and gets close to first down yardage on the play at about the 43-yard line. Kelly Sims was in on the stop.
The Claymores are setting up the run, fake the pitch in the outside. Mark Thomas sees the hole up the middle, hits it. Great job blocking by the offensive line, gets about 9 yards.
2nd and short. 2nd and 1, call it. And Blunden goes to the near side and has his man, Tim Barnett. And Barnett struggles across midfield and into Admirals territory at the 48-yard line. Sean Washington making the tackle on the hit. Nice play on 2nd down by the Scottish Claymores. First down yardage.
The quarterback is faking the handoff, takes a 3-step drop. Barnett on the outside runs a 5-yard out, makes a good catch, and doesn't just go out of bounds. He wants the extra yardage. He's fighting for it. Picks up about 8 on the play.
1st and 10 to go. Thomas off the left side again, but this time met around the line of scrimmage by a host of Admirals led by Cedric Figueroa. The outside linebacker who leads the team in tackles. Here's the Scottish Claymore offensive line now. Andre Hewitt, Tim Ryan, Hesham Ishmael, Dennis Dalkey, and Ernie Rogers. A group protecting Matt Blunden and his backs. And the Admirals lined up offside there, so that's a break for the Claymores, as now it'll be 1st and only 5 yards to go for a new set of downs.
Matt Blunden is doing a good job with the snap count. He is trying to draw the Admirals offsides. He was successful last play. He's tried it the first couple plays of the game, though.
Admirals an aggressive defensive unit, so he's going to try to do that a lot in this game. 1st and 5. Blunden, a little play fake. Now he's going down the far side, has a man deep, but it's off his hands and out of bounds, and boy, goes down hard. Looks like he was looking for DeGraff and Reed on the far side. And DeGraff and Reed took a nasty spill as he went over the protection out of bounds.
DeGraff and Reed right here is going to run a hitch takeoff. He runs a route. The quarterback pumps it at him. The defensive back bites. DeGraff and Reed runs by him. But the safety's coming over. The ball's in the air. The ball's out of bounds. Oh, and he takes a tumble.
Kelly Sims bit the fake that time, and now the give goes to Saran Stacy. Nice move, and then he is met hard as Robert O'Neill comes up from his safety spot to make the hit after Saran Stacy picked up about 2 or 3 on the play, but we have another flag down.
Offside, defense, number 98, 5-yard penalty.
London did it again, drawing Bobby Hamilton offside that time, so after the penalty, they'll get a fresh set of downs. The defensive line we talked so much about. Mike Evans, Malcolm Scholl, Gary Howe, and Bobby Hamilton have 9 sacks between them. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line for the Scottish Claymores. In the I formation, they give to Stacy, who's met in the backfield and goes down quickly. Let's take a look at the Admirals linebackers now.
Looked like Gary Howe did a good...
Linebackers quickly, Franklin, McGill, and Figaro, their leading tackler. Rounding out that unit, the defensive backs, Kelly Sims, O'Neal, Jay Phillips, and Ron Carpenter. No gain on that play for Stacy, actually a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. London back to throw. Tried to dump the screen off to the near side, but he got some heavy pressure. Looked like Bobby Hamilton might have been in there applying some pressure.
It looks like they have the screen set up. Number 93 comes in a little bit too fast for him. And Blunden has to rush the throw. Not a good throw. Would have been a tough catch there. Malcolm
Scholl was the man putting the pressure on, and he was attempting the pass from Marcus Thomas. And that'll create a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 11. Darrell Mitchell, an extra wide receiver in for the passing attack of the Claymores on 3rd and 11. London heavy pressure, and down he goes. Jonathan Kirksey, 6'3", 368 pounds, was in there on the defense to get his legs and get the quarterback sack. That kills the Scottish Claymores' drive. They'll be forced to punt.
This is the situation the Admirals want. They want an obvious passing down. They got it 3rd and 10. Big Kirksey comes in, puts too much pressure on the quarterback, gets the sack. He is excited. Look at him.
And he is big, I tell you. 368 pounds. He's healthy really for the first time this year, according to Coach Luganbill. So now we'll get the punt. Arden Krzyzewski back deep to punt. That's a low line drive off, and it's fair caught by Troy Stratford at his own 12-yard line. So the Admirals will take over after a couple of drives. Neither team successful. We'll be back in a moment. No. Okay. All right, we won't be back in a moment. We're still here. And the Admirals will take over. 1st and 10 on their own 11-yard line, and we have another penalty flag on the play.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 70. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Hashem Ishmael, unnecessary roughness on that play. Kind of in the middle of the line of scrimmage there, hard to see what he might have done, but the officials caught it. 15-yard penalty, so the Admirals in much better field position at their own 26 now.
Yeah, that definitely gives them a lot more room to operate. They're not worried about punting out of the end zone. That was a big penalty.
Back here was baseball.
Admirals take over. 1st and 10. Jamie Martin on the pitch to Ralph Dawkins on the near side, has some room, goes out across the 30-yard line before he's forced out of bounds at the 31. Darrell Lewis coming up from his safety spot to force him out of bounds, but not after a pretty good gain by Dawkins on the pitch play.
Yeah, Dawkins, not a big guy, 5'10", 196, but he is tough. Any guy can carry the ball 40 times. Talked to him in the hotel today. Celtic said he felt fresh. He's a tough guy.
Very tough guy. 2nd and 5 as he picks up 5 on that 1st down play. 3 receivers now in for the Admirals. And there's Dawkins again dancing his way through a hole, and he goes down hard. Troy Ridgely makes the stop. After Dawkins picked up maybe 2 on that play, it'll leave about 3rd down and 3 for the Admirals at their own 33-yard line. Third and 3. 3 wide receivers in now for Amsterdam, and Dawkins the lone setback. Martin goes for his tight end, Trumaine Bell. Trumaine tried to pull it in with the left hand, but it's incomplete, and Martin not very happy about that pass.
Yeah, so Martin just took a 5-step drop, had time to throw the ball. It was a very tough catch on the tight end's part. Looks like they have to punt the ball.
They'll have to punt it away, and they'll do so with Darren Bennett. 41.8-yard average, leading the league coming into this game. Back deep to receive Stacy and DeGraffenried, and Bennett under heavy pressure. Got the kick away anyway as he was going down, and it is actually a pretty decent punt. for what happened, but we have a flag thrown on the play.
That was quite a play there by Bennett. Heads up. The punt was going to get blocked if he were to punt it regularly. Kicked it anyway.
Darren, come here. Come here. Just take it easy, Darren. There was nobody there. Yeah, but it wasn't that close. Come on, just take it easy.
Well, he gets the snap. Good snap. He sees the rush coming. Darren just doesn't think he can get it off. It's easy for the coach to say that, to take it easy and to punt the ball, but it would have been a tight job punting it. The outside rush was good. 30 just didn't do a good job blocking. But that was great athletic ability to get that ball off, get it down the field. That saved him at least 30 yards of field position.
There wasn't anybody there.
I think the initial hit is still pretty much coached the same way, in that you have to approach him facing the numbers and then wrap him up, and then if he slides one way or the other, it becomes an arm tackle. But you're also taught to get in there and to try to strip the ball carrier of the football. And I think defensive coaches are stressing that more and more.
NFL Sunday Ticket. Up to 13 NFL games each Sunday. To sign up, call DirecTV at 1-800-781-4DTV.
Let there be football.
A coach running out of hope.
I can't win with these guys.
A boy searching for a future.
Dad, when are we going to be a family again?
When the Angels win the pennant.
And a team whose only prayer is,
God, maybe you could help him win a little. Holy cow!
How do you do that? No one can see me or hear me but you.
We got Angels helping the team.
Angels in the Outfield.
It could happen.
Now playing on DirecTV.
9:39 to go in the first quarter. Scoreless as the Scottish Claymores get the ball on their second possession of the afternoon. And very good field position at their own 40-yard line. First and 10 for Matt Blunden and the Claymores. And the give goes to Saran Stacy, who goes off the guard spot and picks up about 2 or 3 yards on the play. Keith Franklin brought him down for the Amsterdam defense.
Yeah, that was good hard running by Saran Stacy. Not much there, but he did pick up about 3 yards.
Stacy and Marcus Thomas last week ran for 166 yards. They had a balanced running attack. 2nd and 7. And the give again to Stacy, who bounces off tackles and breaks into the secondary. Nifty footwork there as he gets another 5 yards. Robert O'Neill finally brought him down, but Stacy picked up good yardage on the play.
Saran Stacy did that work a lot on determination there. There wasn't much there. They ran the counter, broke a couple tackles. They got him in a 3rd and 3 situation. This is one they can make. Breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle, gets the ball upfield, jukes, almost breaks the tackle from number 27. That was a great run.
3rd down and 3. The receivers in and Blunden back to pass. Wedding arcs it up against double coverage, and almost a spectacular effort on the near side as DeGraffenreid Reed went up with one hand to try to make the catch, but Robert O'Neill was back along with a couple of other defenders to break it up. It'll be 4th down and 3 and another punting situation for Arden Krzyzewski and the Scottish Claymores.
DeGraffenreid Reed was really covered well on that play. You have to give Amsterdam credit. No one was really open. He was just really throwing the ball away out there.
Could be a tough defensive battle. We have the top 2 ranked defenses in the league going at one another today, and so far, the scoreless tie proves it. Nice punt by Krzyzewski. Gonna roll dead inside the 10-yard line for the 8, and the Scottish fans like that. Arden Krzyzewski has had some trouble kicking and punting all year long, but that is a good one, rolling down inside the 10-yard line, 46 yards after the roll. And Amsterdam will take over on its own 8-yard line.
Yeah, over the first few weeks of the season, Krzyzewski has not done a great job of punting the ball, but there, you know, the game is all about field position, getting the team down, position yourself, hoping they have to punt again, and he got a great bounce, and they did a good job covering.
1st and 10. Jamie Martin gives to Dawkins. Picks his way through a hole as he cut it back to the near side. And Tim Brown, among the defenders there on the tackle, along with Alan Young, pickup of only 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
The Claymores know they have to gang tackle Ralph Dawkins, and that time the linebackers as well as the D-line did a good job of swarming the ball.
Dawkins, a man coming into this game averaging 4.3 yards a carry so far this year, and one of the Claymores' objectives is to shut him down. Martin back to pass, a quick one to his H-back David Jones, and Jones up near the 1st down. I believe he has it out to the 20-yard line.
Quarterback just takes a 3-step drop. He wants to get rid of it quick. He sees Tremaine Bell, makes a catch, and moves the sticks. That's what they need to do, is get the ball away from the goal line, get some breathing room.
Martin on the give to Dawkins, who dances through a hole up the middle and picks up about 3 yards on the play. Here's a guy who's best when he's north and south.
Yeah, he definitely is. Dawkins wants to get the ball up the field straight away. He doesn't want to go to the sidelines. He's looking for any sort of crevice, and he can make the most out of it.
Okay, 161 of those 345 yards he ran for last week. It'll be a 2nd down and 7 for the Admirals on their own 23. Another quick pass, and it is caught. A beautiful one-handed grab, and that is David Jones, who appears to be a little shaken up on the play, but he has a big reception as he stays on the field. Appears to be hurt, but he picks up another 1st down for the Admirals.
Again, the quarterback takes a 3-step drop, wants to get rid of it quick. Nice catch by David Jones. He knows he's going to get hit, looks the ball in. On a play like that, you know you're going to get hit, so you might as well catch the ball. A lot easier said than done, but David Jones just did it there. They're walking him off the field. Hopefully he'll come back.
David Jones, leading pass catcher in the World League with 20 receptions for 180 yards and a touchdown coming into this game. His backup is Craig McEwen, who has plenty of relatives here in the stadium. He has some 30 relatives in Scotland, so a lot of them probably here. Here's Jamie Martin back to pass on 1st down. Back across field, has his man Dawkins, and Dawkins struggles up toward another 1st down as they pick up about 9 on that play, and it could have been disaster. It was almost picked up.
Jamie Martin's going to take a 5-step drop. He's going to be forced out of the pocket, going to the right, and I tell you what, throwing the ball back to the left is a very dangerous throw. You don't want to see it happen too often, but Dawkins made a great catch, made a great run after it.
Brian Jones was the man who almost got a hand on it. There's the pitch to Dawkins, who was struggling. He was met first by Gerald Jeffcoat. Mark Sander also there on the tackle, and they bring him down short of a 1st down. That'll set up 3rd and 1 for the Admirals at their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, David Jones is he's having some Gatorade. Hopefully he'll come back in the game. I don't think he's hurt too bad.
Martin 5 of 6 so far in the game for 38 yards. Big 3rd down and 1. They're trying to keep the drive alive. There's some movement in the offensive and defensive lines. Let's see what the officials will have to say about it.
Could be right tackle Sean Harper. He's clapping his hands though, so he thinks it's the Claymores.
We have a neutral zone infraction on the defense, number 95. 1st down.
Michael, well, they called it on the defense. Now they'll correct it. Michael Brandon jumped offside, so that'll be a 1st down for the Admirals, a crucial penalty.
Just a little anxious by the defense there. The offense comes set. Number 95, it just, I don't know what he saw, but he was anxious to get them. It was a big 3rd down play. Now it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 48 of the Scottish Claymores as the Admirals' march continues. Martin, another quick pass, but his receiver, Tremaine Bell, was not looking up for it, so it falls incomplete.
The Admirals must have seen something on film. They've tried this play about 3 times where the quarterback takes a short drop and hits either the H-back or the tight end. That time, the tight end wasn't looking for the ball.
This will be the 8th play of the current Admiral drive. Martin so far pretty accurate afternoon. Martin again, another quick pass. He throws to the far side that time, but the ball is jarred loose. He was looking for Ernie Jones, and it was knocked loose by Jocelyn Borgella before Jones had a chance to pull it in.
Another short pass by the Admirals. Ernie Jones, I think, just runs a hitch pattern. The ball hit his hands, and the defensive back made a great play of knocking it down as soon as it hit his hands.
3rd down and 10 for Jamie Martin and the Amsterdam Admirals at the Scottish 47-yard line. Martin rolls out to the near side. Throws downfield and has his man open. Diedrich Smith for a 1st down. And good execution on that play, man.
Yeah, it was. You're going to see Jamie Martin come straight back and then roll out to the left. Being a right-handed quarterback, it's hard to throw that direction, but he sees the man wide open by the sidelines. The receiver, Diedrich Smith, is running actually a deeper route, but has to come back to the ball, which receivers do. Makes a catch, gets a foot in bounds, and 1st and 10.
So the drive remains alive, and Martin back to throw again. Looking deep down the far side. Little bit underthrown and knocked away at the defense. Borgella was defending against Ernie Jones on that play, but a little bit underthrown by Jamie Martin.
Yeah, the ball did appear to be underthrown. Borgella did a good job of covering Ernie Jones. On the replay, he's in his back pocket, he's covered, and the safety comes over, but the ball was definitely underthrown.
It'll be a 2nd down and 10. At the 35-yard line of the Claymores. Amsterdam still on the march. Martin again to throw. And again, he is looking for his tight end, Trumaine Bell. That one was a bit high and off the hand of Trumaine Bell. He was being covered by Mark Sander on that play. That'll set up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, again, that's the same play we've seen about 3 or 4 times. The quarterback with the short drop, he wants to hit the tight end. He's throwing the ball too high. He's going to hurt one of his tight ends. They're going to get hit in the ribs. But Jamie Martin's been taking some shots. Even though he's taking a short drop, he's been getting hit on all those plays.
Timeout.
Timeout.
It's the signal on the field. Amsterdam calls it.
Team timeout.
And we are still scoreless in the 1st quarter. 3:52 to go.
Hey, 49er fans. Your team just completed a record-breaking season. Player of the Year Steve Young and Jerry Rice paced the league's best offense, while Deion Sanders tightened up the D. Together, they won an unprecedented 5th Super Bowl. So, 49er fans, what do you do for an encore? The official 49ers championship video is available now.
It's the story of a gridiron miracle.
Where in the hell do you get off trying to put together another team?
Were you Vince Lombardi all of a sudden? It's Pee Wee football.
With a cast of small wonders who only have 2 weeks to learn how to pass, catch,
Son, if you're going to cheat, win.
Block.
Get the fear out of your eyes. Let's go.
And kick butt.
You got it made.
Little Giants.
Timmy, I'm not sure, but I don't think that goes there.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket.
Well, check it out.
Al Luganville trying to figure out something to call on 3rd and 10 from the Scottish Claymore's 35-yard line as Amsterdam trying to keep a long drive alive. Jamie Martin calls the signals and goes back to pass. He rolls to the far side under heavy pressure. Gets it away, but out of bounds. He had to throw that one away. He was really pressured by a host of Claymore's defenders, including Alan Young, who had 4 sacks so far in the year.
Jamie Martin had no time to throw the ball. Alan Young chasing him, just breathing down his neck, and Martin does a good job of throwing the ball out of bounds, but he had no time to throw it. The Claymore show why they have one of the strongest defensive lines in the league.
It's another punting situation. Darren Bennett, his third of the day, will punt it from about the 50 and try to angle it out of bounds. High and fair caught back at the 7-yard line by Saran Stacy. So that's where the Scottish Claymores will take over. Still a scoreless draw here as we head toward the end of the first quarter. About 3 minutes left. 3 minutes exactly to play.
Well, this has definitely been a defensive struggle today. Both defenses have been doing extremely well. They're both strong at stopping the run, and they proved it today.
And passing could be a danger. Jamie Martin a bit frustrated on the bench there. As Matt Blunden and the Claymores take over offensively, 1st and 10 on their own 8-yard line. Saran Stacy, who went through the middle of the line and fumbled the football, and the Admirals have recovered. Innocent looking enough play, but right toward the end, the ball squirted loose, and the Admirals have recovered inside the 10-yard line.
Stacy's going to get the handoff. Number 52 strips the ball. Great job of going for the ball. Cedric Figueroa. Oh, wow, that is a terrible place to fumble the ball. Admirals are #1 in the league in the giveaway takeaway department.
Look here, put it behind you and squeeze that damn ball.
That is a crucial fumble right there.
Cedric Figueroa, their leading tackler, came in and got his hand on the football and jarred it loose. 1st and goal from the 8-yard line for the Admirals, who get the first big break of the game. And the pitch goes to Dawkins. Trying to turn the corner, and he does. He gets down to about the 7-yard line, only about a yard as they strung it out. George Coghill forced him out of bounds on the play.
The way to stop Ralph Dawkins is to force him to run lateral. Dawkins wants to get the ball and run to the quickest point to the goal line, but the Claymores did a good job of stringing him along and going there as a team.
Amsterdam has had problems really converting offensively all year long. Their defense has carried them. They need to get a score here, and Coach Luganbill's looking for the 6 points and the touchdown. Martin back, quick drop, fade to the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, David Jones. Comes off the minor injury and comes back in to score a touchdown.
And Gatorade on the sideline must have done something for him, because that was a nice catch.
He's still limping a little bit, but he's got to be pretty happy about it. 7-yard touchdown catch, so is Coach Luganbill pretty happy about that. And the Claymores draw first blood. Not the Claymores, rather. The Admirals after the turnover.
Well, no, he call it, Coach.
Harry Belden will come in to attempt the extra point. It's good. So off the turnover, Jamie Martin finds his H-back David Jones in the end zone for a touchdown, and Amsterdam takes a 7-0 lead over Scotland.
David Jones here is just going to run a fade pattern. He's got a smaller defensive back on him. Jamie just throws it up. David Jones just goes to the ball, jumps above the defender, and makes a catch. That's a play where the receiver, a taller receiver, is going to catch that ball. Here we go again. Throws it behind him and high in the air, and David Jones is a tall receiver. He's a big guy. He's an H-back, which is almost like he's a big receiver or a small tight end. He's very athletic. Set a lot of records in college. He went to the same college as my old teammate, Sean Taylor from the 49ers. And so he's very skilled at catching the ball, jumping up for it, and that's exactly what he did for the touchdown.
For the turnover, caused by Figueroa, results in the 6 points on the touchdown pass from Martin to his H-back David Jones, and the extra point is converted for a 7-0 Amsterdam lead. Terry Belden about to kick it off. 3 receivers back deep to receive for the Scottish Claymores, including Saran Stacy back there along with Marcus Thomas. The kick, though, is a very short one and recovered, it appears, by Amsterdam. It banged off a Scottish up man, and they was recovered by Amsterdam.
That was a wild play there. Usually the guy kicks the ball off and it goes 30, 40, 50 yards downfield. He kicks a line drive shot right off the defenders, right off his face mask. He was not expecting it at all. Heads up play by Amsterdam to recover it.
And Amsterdam takes over on its own 44-yard line, and the give to Dawkins, who had a big hole, goes out across the 45 to the 48-yard line. Tim Brown on the tackle.
Seems like Dawkins is getting a little more comfortable carrying the ball now. The last couple runs have been more his style, slashing, jumping forward, getting 4 or 5 yards.
Inside of 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, Amsterdam dominating things on offense in terms of total yardage. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard pickup. Martin to pass. That one batted down at the line by Michael Brandon. Got the big hand up and batted it down. That'll set up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, sometimes defensive linemen don't try to get the quarterback all the time. I don't know if they take plays off or what exactly happens, but he waited at the line of scrimmage, timed it out perfectly, and knocked the ball down.
The quick drops by the Amsterdam offense are out of respect for this Scottish Claymore's defensive unit. They had Young and Michael Brandon had 5 sacks between them last week. So on the 3rd and 5, Martin back again. And he throws in between a couple of defenders, has his tight end Trumaine Bell for first down yardage down inside the 40-yard line of the Claymores. George Coghill forced him down.
I don't know how Trumaine Bell made that catch. Trumaine is on the right. He's going across the screen to your left. There's 2 men on him. The ball goes right between them. Heads up play, hits him. Wow, what a catch. Carries the defender an extra 4 or 5 yards. That was a nice play by Trumaine Bell.
He's been a major target of Jamie Martin all afternoon, and Martin back to throw again on first down. Throws to the near side and has his receiver Dedrick Smith on the near side, and Smith picks up about 7 on the play, or maybe even 8.
Just tackle me in.
As the Admirals throwing everything pretty short so far this game, out of respect for that defensive line of Scotland.
Jamie Martin's looked pretty sharp. He's completed the short passes. He's avoided the rush when possible. He's played a heads-up game so far.
Martin, 9 of 16. He'll make his 17th attempt there, and he has his back out of the backfield, Troy Stratford. And Stratford gets down close to first down yardage. It'll be very close as Brian Jones was in on the tackle as time winds down here in the first quarter.
Jamie Martin put nice touch on the ball that time. He had a defender coming at him, threw the ball over his outstretched arm, right to the running back, right on target, because running backs a lot of times want the ball right on their numbers, easy catches, and that was right in the breadbasket.
That'll be the end of the first quarter. Amsterdam leads the Scottish Claymores 7-0. Back with the second quarter in just a moment.
While NFL action is still months away, the NFL has launched a new season on the internet. NFL Sidelines is an online connection to your favorite teams and players. Connect on the net with NFL fans around the world and chat live with the biggest names in football.
This movie is rated R.
Plus special coverage of the 1995 World League season. The NFL moves into cyberspace with NFL Sidelines. Tackle the internet.
You're 40 minutes late.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dickey.
Stanley Ipkiss was having one of those days.
I have no money. I have no car. All I got is this.
Until he had a little change of face. Now, the Zero is a hero.
Spoken!
Jim Carrey is the Mask.
Somebody stop me!
Playing on DirecTV.
They call this the NFL Experience Edinburgh style. Kids waiting in line to take their turn at an obstacle course of sorts. Let's see how they did. I think some future World League or NFL players among the crowd here. Nice footwork and nice speed. Could he cover you, Mike Sherrod?
There's a good chance of it, yeah. Hope I don't see him next Sunday.
3rd down and short as we just begin the second quarter. Dawkins on the second effort trying to get enough for the first down, but Gerald Jeffcoat and a host of other Scottish Claymore defenders met him. It'll depend on the spot of the officials here as to whether Amsterdam can keep the drive alive with first down.
Yeah, that play's going to be real close. Looked like Dawkins got the ball, made a juke, tried to hit the hole, but that is going to be very close.
Officials will take a timeout to measure this one. And I'm not going to predict. Well, what the heck? I'm going to predict. I'm going to say he got it by about a half a football. Let's see. The spotter up here saying no. Everybody else is shaking their head no. Let's see. No. Well short. I should stay out of the prediction business. Coach Luganville, is he going to go for it on 4th down and short?
The offense is staying out there. Looks like they're going for it. They're in good field position. Kind of long for a field goal. So
what do you got?
28.
He is confident in the strength of the leg of Terry Belden. He told us earlier that Belden can kick him from 4-point range, but right now it's short yardage range. Call it 4th and inches for the Admirals to keep the drive alive here early in the second quarter. The pitch to Dawkins. Dawkins met, but the second effort may have gotten him the first down. He was met first by Mark Sander. Then he spun off a tackle, and he may have enough for the first down. They're going to probably have to measure it again.
This is another real close one. It depends on where the official spotted the ball. Dawkins made a great effort to try to get to it, but
Claymore defenders are kind of walking
on
off
the sweep. Dawkins is kind of looking for a hole, makes a spin. It's going to be close.
Very close, and they bring the chains out. This would be a major defensive stand if the Claymores held here. 2 plays of less than a yard, and their defense comes through, and they do. You can see from the reaction and hear the reaction of the crowd. And Ralph Dawkins, the leading runner in the World League so far this season, 10 carries, only 19 yards so far today. That's a credit to the Scottish Claymores defense.
Yeah, the defensive line, the linebackers have done a great job of swarming after the ball, stopping Dawkins from doing what he likes to do, hitting the hole and slashing. They've been forcing him laterally, and that's not what Dawkins wants to do at all.
All right, so the Claymores off that nice defensive stand, much to the chagrin of Al Luganville. Lee Williamson is taking over at quarterback now here in the second quarter for the Claymores. Williamson 20 of 43 for 219 yards and 3 interceptions coming in. Throws his first pass of the day, caught and dropped on the near sideline. He was looking for Tim Barnett, who had it and just simply dropped it. They'll set up 2nd and 10. There's Williamson, allocated by the Houston Oilers.
I think on that last play, Barnett just took his eyes off the ball. He had it right in his hands. He looked upfield to run with the ball and didn't catch it.
2nd down and 10. 3 receivers now in for the Claymores, and the quick pass to the far side is almost intercepted by Ron Carpenter. In fact, Carpenter didn't expect the ball to be there, or he might have caught it. It just went right off his pads.
The receiver here is going to run a 5-yard hitch pattern. Looked like the receiver's about to take off. There was some miscommunication there. The receiver ran a route. He thought the quarterback was going to pump it and throw it deep. The quarterback threw it there, hit Carpenter right in the face. Carpenter is big on looking at the quarterback and reading his footwork. Should have had a pick.
3rd and long. Williamson under some heavy pressure, gets inside to the near sideline and throws it high and deep downfield, but nobody's there but Admirals defenders, and that falls harmlessly incomplete. Mike Evans was really bearing down hard on him, and he had to throw that one away in a hurry.
Watch the pressure up the middle here. Jonathan Kurtzy. He's a big guy running after the quarterback. He has no time to set up in the pocket. Has to go far left and just heaves the ball down the field. Luckily, he could throw far enough that none of the defensive backs could catch it.
So 3 plays and out for the offense of the Claymores, and Arden Krzyzewski on to punt. On a low line drive, fielded at at the 34-yard line by Troy Stratford. He got out over the 35 to the 37, where the Admirals will take over.
Troy Stratford made a nice catch there with people at his feet. Got about 4 or 5 yards after the catch, but it was nice concentration making that catch on the punt.
37 yards on the punt by Krzyzewski, and we have an injured Claymore's player down on the field. Saran Stacy. Stacy's up and trotting off the field. Looks like he'll be able to return to the game on the Claymore's next offensive series. But meanwhile, the Admirals taking over, trying to add to that 7-0 lead. And there's the big man we're talking about, Jonathan Kirksey, 6'3", 368 pounds. And he's been making some plays, a few of them today.
Oh, he definitely has. He's a guy probably not in great shape, but when he's out there full go, he's tough to stop.
I wouldn't tell him he's not in great shape to his face. Jamie Martin, back to pass, throws over the middle. He has Ralph Dawkins, and Dawkins goes down after a pickup of about 8. Brian Jones making the stop there after an 8-yard pickup.
Yeah, Amsterdam that play sent all the receivers deep, snuck the running back out of the backfield, and Dawkins caught it. Made his nice pickup of about 8 yards.
Kirksey didn't see it, just listening to some defensive instruction. Some instruction there from Jimmy Carr, as defensive coordinator. The Amsterdam offense on the field now with 2nd and short, and the give to Dawkins, who goes right up the middle, gets close to a first down. Host of Scottish Claymore's defenders in on that tackle, including Jeff Coate, Ridgely, Michael Brandon in there at the bottom of the pile, along with Mark Sander.
Is Wilson on?
I can put Wilson in there.
Get Wilson. Tell him to line up 8 yards in front of the kicker. All he has to do is say black or white set, and tell him to look.
1st and 10, another quick pass across to Dawkins. Looks like a repeat of the play they just ran. Dawkins picks up another 7 across midfield and into Scotland territory at their 44-yard line.
Yeah, that's the same play they ran 2 plays ago. They send all the receivers deep. They make it one-on-one. Dawkins against a linebacker, catches the ball out of the backfield. Dawkins is a good receiver. Carries the ball a lot, but they definitely should use him as a receiver, and they've done it the last couple plays.
Obviously, the game plan for the Admirals is to pick the Scottish defense apart with short stuff, and Martin back again. Throws a little deeper, but behind his receiver. He was looking for Dedrick Smith on the play and just threw it behind him.
Yeah, not a very good throw. I don't think the quarterback really set up his feet. Jamie Martin kind of rushed the throw a bit, and it was a low ball behind the receiver.
Al Luganbill hoping for some more fluid play, especially in the passing game. Dawkins, one of his leading receivers today, with 4 catches for 25 yards. But the Amsterdam offense hasn't been able to click through the air all season long. They're trying to correct that today. Timeout being called by Amsterdam as they faced a 3rd down and 2.5. And we'll be back with more from Murray Field in just a moment.
Catches a football, and then he has to get both feet down in bounds. It's an art peculiar to the National Football League. And
who was the best at that? Raymond Berry?
Oh, there's no question. You know, Raymond was such a gifted receiver that he spent endless hours practicing this routine of getting he called it the toe dance.
NFL Sunday Ticket, up to 13 NFL games each Sunday. To sign up, call DirecTV at 1-800-781-4DTV.
Let there be football.
There's a place in the Big Apple where New Yorkers rush to be on the cutting edge. It's Jean-Louis David, a touch of Paris right in the middle of Manhattan. So if you're looking for a new you, drop in anytime at any of their locations. You don't need an appointment, just your Visa card. Because when it comes to your hair on Jean-Louis David, American Express just won't cut it. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
some of the most memorable and exciting moments in sports history. On May 20th, the Warrior, two-time world heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield returns to the ring.
Live on Channel 101, Saturday, May 20th, 9 p.m. Eastern, only $29.95 on direct ticket.
The defensive battle we expected. Amsterdam holding a 7-0 lead, trying to keep a current drive alive. Jim Kreiner trying to urge his defense on to stop him and get the offense back onto the field. Admirals more than 11 minutes, 3 seconds time of possession in the first quarter. 3rd and short. Martin back to pass and throws, has his man. And it's David Jones. Another first down catch for him as he gets inside the 40 to the 35-yard line of the Claymores. James Williams rode him out of bounds.
David Jones here has man-on-man coverage. Number 29 is all over him. He's all on his back. But Irvin tries to deflect it, doesn't. David Jones, great concentration, gets the ball, gets out of bounds. He gets up slowly after every catch, but he is making all the catches.
1st and 10 on the 36-yard line. The give to Dawkins. Tries to go off to the left side, and he is wrestled down hard. Host of defenders on that one take him down, including Brian Jones, the first man to get to him, and hog-tied him down.
Brian Jones, a guy who went to UCLA, went to University of Texas, was really fired up about playing Ralph Dawkins today, and he did a great job that last play, wrapping him up. The defense has done a good job on Ralph Dawkins.
They lost 2 yards on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 12 for the Admirals on the 38-yard line. Martin back again. Throws to the near side, and that one broken up. He was looking for Ernie Jones, but Jocelyn Borgella broke that one up with a nice coverage on that play.
That was great coverage by Borgella, number 28. On the bottom of your screen, Ernie Jones is going to run an out pattern. As you can see, it comes into the picture there. Borgella was falling down, but still sticks his hand in there and knocks the ball out. If he wasn't there, that was a catch by Ernie Jones.
And Martin has floated a few of his passes in today. He did suffer a thumb injury last week. It could be affecting him right now, but he rolls out and has his tight end Trumaine Bell trying to break the tackle and get a first down, but could not. He stretched it across about to the 30-yard line. That'll leave them about 6 yards short of first down yardage here on 4th down.
Yeah, that's an interesting play there. They had the outside receiver running a comeback out, an out pattern around 12 to 14 yards past the first down, but they chose to go for a 4-yard pickup and set up the kicker.
How many guys they got on the field, Coach?
Lugan Bill told us earlier that he is confident in Terry Belden. 2 for 4 field goals so far this season. This one from 48 yards. Not enough distance. It is short. So the Claymores hold again, and the Admirals still have that 7-0 lead, but the Claymores will take over in good field position.
Mike!
Coach Al Lugan Bill's team has another opportunity to score and didn't get any points to show for.
Yeah, the Admirals have had the ball in good field position. They just not have converted it into any points. They seem to bog down around the 30-yard line. Scotland, they need to do something with the ball this time. 7-0 is not a big lead, but big deficit, I should say. And so they need to do something, need to get some points before the half.
Why did the ball?
Admirals have dominated this game in terms of yardage, 132 to the Claymores 22, but have only that 7-0 lead. Claymores take over on their own 38, and the handoff to the first man through Mickles, it looks like. And he was met immediately. Malcolm Scholl, Gary Howe, and Bobby Hamilton simply shut him down.
Malcolm Scholl did a great job of beating this man, just jumping around him basically, and making the play for a 2-yard loss.
Fearsome foursome here. Hamilton, Howe, Scholl, and Evans have combined for 9 sacks between them, and they also take pride in shutting down the run. Williamson on the pump fake goes deep down the far side, but throws into triple coverage, and it is intercepted by Joey Phillips. Joey Phillips picks that one off, and Williamson threw that one away, but the only men who had a chance to catch it were the Amsterdam Admirals defenders.
Looks like it might be a pass interference here. We'll see what the officials have to say.
A conference about this call coming up. And Williamson kind of clapping his hands there. Maybe it will go against the Admirals and keep the Scottish drive alive.
Illegal contact on the defense.
Illegal contact. The eagle eyes of Mike Sherrard catch that one.
I know when receivers are being held, and this is an example right
Every
here.
play, huh?
This is another takeoff move. The defensive back is looking at the quarterback, runs into the receiver, which is illegal.
First down.
It's a 5-yard penalty, but you know, you can't hit the receiver more than 5 yards down the field. That's what the number 21 Carpenter did,
Please
and
reset the clock to
it's going to be 1st and 10.
Ron Carpenter and Alan DeGraffenreid, who was the intended receiver on that play, know each other pretty well, went to the same high school in
Please
Cincinnati.
reset the clock
right.
to
And DeGraffenreid was a kicker back then. So they're going to have a little battle all game long.
And DeGraffenreid's an interesting story. He didn't play receiver till he got to college, and so he's a guy that has a lot of ability, but he needs more time to play receiver. He could be real good in the pros.
As DeGraffenreid and Darrell Mitchell is the man, number 86, that Coach Luganville feared most because of his speed. He's the fastest among the Scottish receivers. Williamson going deep again down the near side. And this one is almost intercepted. Back on the defense was Kelly Sims. And he was looking for Mitchell on the bomb on that play, but nothing doing.
Yeah, it looked like it to be pretty good coverage right there. As Lee drops back, he has good protection. Kelly Sims, he has time to throw. Kelly Sims is out there. He's at least 5 yards in front of the receiver. Jumps up for the ball. In that situation, the receiver becomes the defensive back to take away from the catch.
2nd and 10 on the 42, and the handoff goes to, I believe it might be Marcus Thomas. And he was met for no gain, has shaken his head. No, 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 is one Bobby Hamilton.
I'll tell you what, the defensive line on that play stuck the running back. Center your screen, 97, 98. The Hamilton, Evans, Scholl, Howell. Oh, they were playing great run defense.
3rd down and 12. It was Mickles on that carry, the previous carry, and now Williamson back to pass, still looking deep. Goes deep into double coverage. Off the defender, it looked like it passed through the hands of Darrell Mitchell, and then off the hands of a defender, but it falls harmlessly incomplete, so the Scottish Claymores are going to be faced with another punt.
Darrell Mitchell had a chance at that one. In the middle of the screen, Darrell Mitchell's running. He's got people on him, and the ball is going to come down. Oh, right in his hands, but actually it was a great play by Kelly Sims. When the ball hit the receiver in the hands, Kelly Sims was there to knock it out. Nice play.
Arden Krzyzewski back deep to punt, back deep to receive. Troy Stratford, bad snap over Krzyzewski's head. Does he have time to get a kick away? No, now the ball picked up by the Amsterdam defense. Keith Franklin picked it up. But I believe they're going to spot the ball at the point where Krzyzewski tried to kick it down. Bad snap. Ishmael handling the long snapping duties for the Claymore. Snapped that one over Krzyzewski's head, and Coach Kreiner not happy about it.
Krzyzewski makes a jump for it, can get one hand on it. Wasn't a good snap. He's actually taking his time here a little bit. Tries to make the same kick that Darren Bennett made early in the game. Couldn't get it off. Big play right there by Amsterdam. Put him on the 15-yard line in great position to score again.
They've had problems in this area all season long on the special teams in the kicking game. Ishmael, a bad snap there. They've had problems with the holding on Krzyzewski's field goal attempts, and now a big turnover gives the Admirals great field position at the Claymores 14, and Jamie Martin trying to take advantage, but that one batted down as he was looking for David Jones in the end zone, but he threw in the triple coverage as James Williams batted it away. Also in there, Corus Irvin, and we have a flag on the play as well. going to go against the Claymores, it appears, by the preliminary indication.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer, number 71 of the defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Watch up the middle. Oh, the quarterback gets hit after he releases the ball. After the quarterback releases the ball, he is safe. That is a safe zone for the quarterback. Troy Ridgely so often wants to hit the quarterback so bad that they do it after the release of the throw, and that's a 15-yard penalty.
Well, that'll be first down now, goal to go inside the 10, and Martin again throwing into the end zone, and he's got Ernie Jones for the touchdown. And the Admirals take advantage of another turnover, and now they have a 13-0 lead.
That was a nice throw by Jamie Martin. That's the type of ball that he wants to throw. He put some mustard on it. Ernie Jones ran a great slant pattern. Nice catch back in the end zone.
Scoring strike, the second of the day for Jamie Martin. The first time he found David Jones at the end of the first quarter, and now he finds Ernie Jones as we await the extra point, and that's no good. No good. So the Admirals have a 13-0 lead over the Claymores. 7:57 to go in the second quarter.
I think everybody now acknowledges the fact that Jerry Rice does so many things. He catches the ball, he can get deep, he catches the ball short, he can break tackles, he can run away from tacklers, he can get the ball into the end zone. He makes the big play in the big game.
NFL Sunday Ticket, up to 13 NFL games each Sunday. To sign up, call DirecTV at 1-800-781-4DTV.
Let there be football.
And to this reporter, it's obvious that these strike negotiations are going nowhere fast.
Well, I've had just about enough. Let's go. Excuse me. Love the shoes.
What were we thinking? After you. No, after you.
Life is good.
When you've got the great taste of an ice-cold Miller Lite, life is good.
Our work here is done.
Play ball.
One of my patients was killed last night.
The more innocent she seems,
I don't really know you. You have all the power.
the more suspicious he becomes.
You're trying to see me as a case instead of as a female.
The more passion they share, the more danger he risks.
I'm not who you think I am.
Bruce Willis, no! Color of Night.
Playing this month on DirecTV.
Belden set to kick it off as Amsterdam takes a 13-0 advantage. He bounced to the short man at the 16-yard line. And they'll bring it out across the 30 before finally being brought down at the 33. Now look at the standings. This victory, if they hold on to it, would be very important for Amsterdam, as a 4-0 mark would give them a berth in the World Bowl coming up on June 17th or 18th, because nobody would be able to match their first half record. First half winner goes to the World Bowl against the second half winner, and Coach Luganbill a little bit closer to it right now with a 13-0 cushion. The Claymores taking over, 1st and 10 on their own 34-yard line. Williamson on the pitch now to Saran Stacy, who breaks a couple of tackles before being met hard after a pickup of only about one. Host of defenders, Kirksey was in there, so was Scholl. And this rush defense, #1 in the World League, giving up only 2.8 yards per carry, is showing it here. Look what they've done the first 3 weeks, especially last week against London, allowing only 33 yards on the ground. 3 receivers now in for the Claymores, as Williamson on the play fake goes back under heavy pressure, gets away from it. Now he rolls to the far side, and now he'll take off and run for his life as he goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. He picked up only a yard on the play after all that work. Bobby Hamilton was chasing him on that one.
Yeah, Bobby Hamilton put a great rush on him. Lee Williamson has been trying to throw the ball deep downfield. I think the Claymores need to try to establish a short passing attack. The Admirals have done a good job of covering the receivers deep downfield, but they need to get the ball away quick and to set up and get away from these third and long situations, which are extremely hard to complete.
We got a timeout called by the Claymores, as Williamson's going to come to the near side, probably confer with his offensive coordinator, Doug Williams, as to what to call on 3rd and long against one of the better defenses in the World League. Turnovers are key to this game so far. You see it. Amsterdam, they're 13 points off the 2 Scottish turnovers. That's been the difference of the game because both defenses, for the most part, have played pretty well, Mike.
Yeah, they played real well. It's just the turnovers are always a key part of games. The Amsterdam has got the ball in great field position both times off the turnovers, and they've converted both times, and that is the difference right there, 13 points.
Doug Williams and Coach Jim Kleiner, Lee Williamson. Something to call to combat Bobby Hamilton and company. They've only allowed 17 yards rushing today. And remember, Saran Stacy and Marcus Thomas and company ran for 168 yards last week against Frankfurt. Third down and 8, a long 8. For the Claymores at their own 36. Williamson over the middle finds Tim Barnett, and he crosses midfield down to the 40-yard line and gives it the first down signal as Robert O'Neill made the stop.
That was a nice play by Lee Williamson, dropping back, firing the ball to Barnett. Barnett's going to come down, run a crossing pattern at about 15 yards. Knows he's going to get hit after the catch, but still hangs on to it. That was a nice catch by Tim Barnett.
First down, Claymores into Admiral territory at the Amsterdam 48-yard line. Lee Williamson with 2 in the backfield gives it to the first person through, Mickles, who tries to get to the right side, but he is met hard by Alonzo Barnett, who came up from his secondary spot to lay a solid tackle on Mickles.
Yeah, the Claymores are still trying to run the ball. They have to get out of those third and long situations. If they could run the ball more effectively on first down, maybe a short pass or 2 off first down, they would stay out of the third and longs.
Second down and 8. Coach Jim Kleiner's offense. 2nd and 9, rather, and Williamson signals for another timeout as there's some mix-up on the play call or formation. So they'll talk it over again.
40-second timeout.
Got to go under,
Williamson
right?
again discussing things with his offensive coordinator, Doug Williams, former Super Bowl MVP.
You got to get some depth. They come. You got to get your ass back quick.
Damn.
Yeah. All right, we still got plenty of action to go in this one, but let's look ahead to next week on the World League schedule. Frankfurt at Barcelona. The Admirals going to Dusseldorf to face Rhein-Fire. And the Claymores will take the short flight over into London and face the Monarchs. This would be a big victory if the Claymores could come back, but right now they're trailing by 13. 2nd and 9 at the Amsterdam 47-yard line. Williamson back to pass. Screen play and gets it to Saran Stacy. Is it the 45 to the 40, inside the 40, all the way down to about the 35-yard line. Nice play on that as Barnett made a tackle again.
This is what the Claymores have to do. They have to do screen plays every now and then because of the strong pass rush by Amsterdam. Let's look at the play. Lee Williamson drops back. The defensive line thinks they're in there, but he throws it to Saran Stacy. Oh, a couple good blocks on the outside. Cuts it upfield. Nice pickup for about 15 yards.
Dennis Dahlke and the fullback Mickles making some key blocks downfield there. And the give this time goes to Mickles. Maybe he's rewarded, and he rewards his offense with a nice pickup there of 8 or 9 yards as he spins off left tackle. Well, a good pickup on that play. Keith Franklin on the tackle for Amsterdam.
Yeah, Joe Mickles is just going to get the ball up the middle. Easy handoff. cuts it up, sees an opening, runs the ball, good blocking, spins, turns. He's fighting for yards, got about 9 on that play.
Set up second and short, and of course much easier for an offense to operate in this situation than second and third and long. 2nd and 1 at the Amsterdam 26, and Saran Stacy gets it, spins off a tackle. Now he's in trouble and goes down. He'll lose a couple on that play. Franklin was in on that tackle. Blaine Berger, who came off the bench to make the play. Carm McGill also in on the stop as Stacy loses a couple of yards.
Yeah, it looked like Franklin and McGill both anticipated the run on that play. They really crowded the line of scrimmage as linebackers, and it served its purpose because they stopped him for no gain. He almost lost big yards trying to make a big play out of it.
It'll be 3rd down and a little more than 2 yards. For Jim Kreiner's offense, key drive for them. They have to try to get back in this game trailing by 13. Williamson the pitch to Stacy, who's got room on the outside. Stacy gets inside the 25-yard line down to about the 23. Kelly Sims forced him out. First down, Claymores, and the Scottish fans love it.
Kelly Sims did a good job coming up, forcing the run on that play. Unfortunately for Amsterdam, it was after the first down. What you're going to see is a quick pitch. Saran Stacy gets it, gets around the corner, knows he has a first down. Good play by the Claymores.
So they keep the drive alive and need to score some points here. As the time is winding down in the second quarter, 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Claymores trailing 13-0, 1st and 10 on the 22, and the handoff to the first back through. It looked like Joe Mickles on the play, and he didn't pick up much. Maybe lost a little bit on the play. Malcolm Scholl and Cedric Figueroa in there on the tackle.
No, they clogged up the middle pretty well on that play.
No gain on that one. 2nd down and 10 for the Claymores on the Admirals 22. Three receivers in on the 10th play of this drive for Scotland. Williamson, shovel pass to Saran Stacy inside to the 20 to the 15, spins inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Another first down for the Claymore.
That was great execution by Lee Williamson, the shovel pass. We'll see it on the replay on your right-hand side of the screen. The defensive end comes up the field, gets blocked by the pulling guard. Saran Stacy takes it wide open, does a nice spin move, picks up 10 yards. That's what the Claymores have to do. They have to mix it up, screens, runs up the middle, shovel passes. That was a nice play call in the last few plays by the Claymores.
Actually 14 yards gained on that play. Scotland trying to get back into the game. We'll be right back.
The old adage, show me a good loser and I'll show you a loser. You know, I think about that a lot. So if something happens and we lose the football game, what I want to do is to get as much out of that negative experience as I can and then use it the next time that we have the chance to compete.
NFL Sunday Ticket. Up to 13 NFL games each Sunday. To sign up, call DirecTV at 1-800-781-4DTV.
Let there be football.
These drug cartels represent a clear and present danger to the national security of the United States.
It is my duty to report this matter to the Senate Oversight Committee.
I will not let you dishonor their memories by pretending you had nothing to do with it.
How dare you come into this office and bark at me? I am the President of the United States.
How dare you, sir?
Harrison Ford. Clear and present danger.
Playing this month on DirecTV.
Scotland trailing by 13, but threatening at the 8-yard line of Amsterdam at the 2-minute warning here the second quarter. So far, 10 plays, 56 yards, 6 minutes, 1 second elapsed on the drive, and Williamson back to pass, goes to the end zone. Oh! He threw it behind Darrell Mitchell, who was wide open at the goal line. It'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know what Darrell Mitchell did on that play, but he was wide open. From the replay, maybe we'll see it. Left of your screen, Lee Williams drops back. Oh, took his eye off the ball.
From my angle up here, it looked almost like he threw behind it, but it went just right through his hands.
Right through, he was wide open. That was too easy of a catch.
2nd down and goal. Hopefully they won't live to regret that one. Screen pass goes to the far side and doesn't get much yardage on that one, as Dwayne Chandler was trapped behind the line of scrimmage. They lost a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down and goal, and boy, the miscatch by Daryl Mitchell in the end zone. Looming large right now. Coach Kreiner and Doug Williams have to come up with a big play. They need to get 6 here and get right back in it as we head to the halftime break. 3 receivers in for Scotland. Williamson back to throw. Under some pressure, and down he goes. Malcolm Scholl, the first to get to him. Jonathan Kirksey came there to finish things up, so Scotland will have to try to settle for the field goal.
On the replay, Malcolm Scholl, you can see him in the middle of your screen, just beats his man. Lee Williamson doesn't have any time to throw it. I don't know if he sees anyone open, but he has no time to throw. Oh, that was a good play.
Malcolm Scholl came into the game with 2.5 sacks, give him at least 3.5 off that one. And now Arden Krzyzewski, only 1 of 6 field goals this year, will attempt from 40 yards. And it is wide left, no good. So Krzyzewski now 1 for 7, and a golden opportunity for the Claymores goes by the board.
Yeah, that series really hurt Scotland. They were moving the ball, took up a lot of time off the clock. That kick, that last sack maybe put him out of field goal range, which comfortable for Krzyzewski. Not a great snap, but he gets the ball down anyway. And the ball, here it is again. The ball goes up, looks like it's going to go through. Just barely to the left. Boy, Scotland's had the troubles with the field goal unit. You can't only blame the kicker, you have to blame the snapper and the holder.
And now Will Fuhrer in the game for Amsterdam. And Will on the rollout throws it.
The Admirals are going to have to do the hurry-up offense if they want to score in this half. There's only 50 seconds to go.
Will Fuhrer completes a pass, picks up 5 yards. It'll set up 2nd down as they're in the hurry-up offense. Fuhrer, a good week last week, gives to Dawkins. And Dawkins now gets up to the 37-yard line before he's brought down by Gerald Jeffcoat. 31 seconds left. We have a timeout for Amsterdam.
Amsterdam's going to have to move to the no huddle, or they're going to have to get the ball down the field, running the ball, going back into a huddle after a completed pass.
Yeah, I do.
That's not going to help if they want to score before the half is out.
God damn it, get the first down. Get the first down. Punt alert! Punt alert! Just hit it. Yeah.
Coach Al Luganville telling his punter, Darren Bennett, if you go in the game, just hit it. hit it well.
Kick it.
And let's go into the halftime locker room with this 13-point lead. Right now it is 3rd down and 3 for Amsterdam. They have 3 receivers in the game, or 4 receivers split out wide. As Will Fuhrer goes back to pass, it is deflected at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Michael Brandon got his hands up again, or maybe it was Alan Young. Alan Young on that side, so that'll set up 4th down and a definite punting situation for the Admirals, as Darren Bennett, the leading punter in the World League, will come on. And he hopes to get something close to that 41.8-yard average that he brought into this week. Saran Stacy and Alan de Graffenried are back deep to receive it for the Claymores. High punt. Come down at the 28 where Stacy makes the fair catch, and the Claymores will have 19 seconds to try to put a score up on the board before the halftime break, trailing 13-0.
I think it's going to be tough to put something together in 19 seconds. The Claymores can only blame being down by 13 points, the 2 turnovers, which gave the Admirals great field position, which basically set up both touchdowns.
2 turnovers and a missed opportunity as Daryl Mitchell let one go right through his hands all alone in the end zone. Otherwise, it would be a much closer contest. But right now, with 19 seconds to go, they're going to try to get it in field goal range and set up Krzyzewski, but the handoff goes to Mickles off the near side, and that'll probably be the final play of the first half. We'll try to unpile him here as Coach Kreiner looks on. The clock still running. And that'll be it. That's the end of the first half. The Amsterdam Admirals leading the Scottish Claymores 13-0 as we go into the halftime locker room. Back with more in a moment.
In the preseason, my back hurts. My arms hurt. My legs hurt. My brain hurts. Even my teeth hurt. But come the regular season, it's all worthwhile. 'Cause I get to hurt right back.
The day that I stop getting nervous or anxious before a football game is the day that I'm going to hang them up, because in this business, when you start taking things in stride, there's somebody that's going to be out there that maybe gets a little more nervous or a little more anxious or have more anxieties, and they're going to beat you.
NFL Sunday Ticket. Up to 13 NFL games each Sunday. To sign up, call DirecTV at 1-800-781-4DTV.
Let there be football.
Now that you've given her away, you'll always cherish the memories. You'll always remember the joy. And you'll never forget the bill.
$220 for parsley?
But hey, isn't that why you got Visa Gold in the first place? With all the purchase power to handle any occasion. Even the most precious. Visa Gold, it's everywhere you want to be.
All right, here's what we've got. We're being bombed.
I've come here to create a new country for you called chaos, and a new government called anarchy.
His name's Ryan Garrity. According to the report, the guy can build bombs out of biscuit.
Blown away. Now playing on DirecTV.
We're back at Murrayfield in Edinburgh, Scotland, where it's bad news for the home crowd so far. The Amsterdam Admirals, the unbeaten Admirals, lead Jim Kreiner's Scottish Claymores 13-0 at the half. And turnovers have been the difference in this game. Al Luganville, of course, pleased with the turnovers with the Claymores. Here's a scoring summary for you. Martin, a 7-yard TD catch or TD pass to David Jones after a Saran Stacy fumble in the first quarter. And after a bad punt snap in the second, Martin, a 7-yard TD pass to Ernie Jones. The extra point was no good, and thus the 13-0 lead. Here are the halftime stats. Right now, total yards, the Admirals, really a big advantage, but the 2 turnovers are key.
Yeah, turnovers are usually a key to who's winning and who's losing, and the Claymores have turned the ball over in the plus territory, just setting up the touchdowns for the Amsterdam Admirals, and the Claymores can't do that. They want to stay in the game, and they have to establish something on offense, and they have to score points. When they did drive the ball, they missed the field goal. They have to score points, and they definitely need to do it as early as possible in this quarter.
All right, Belden, the kickoff. It's short and to the near side, goes out of bounds at about the 24 for flag on the play. And Matt Blunden looks like he's preparing to enter the game at quarterback, which he does. As Doug Williams, the offensive coordinator, and head coach Jim Kreiner need some movement of the ball, and they need it quickly against this tough Amsterdam defense. Scotland will take over with the kickoff out of bounds at its own 40-yard line. Blunden, not a great first quarter play, 1 for 4 for only 12 yards, and not much going against this top-ranked Amsterdam defense. But he leads his troops out, 1st and 10, in good field position at the 40-yard line. How important is it for them to score or get something going on this drive now?
Well, from a confidence level, they need to get something going, establish something, and come away with some points.
1st and 10, and Blunden Play fakes, looks downfield, has good protection, and has a man wide open. Tim Barnett across the 50 and into Amsterdam territory before he's thrown out of bounds by Kelly Sims at the 44-yard line of Amsterdam. There's a solid first play for you.
That is. Both the receivers ran hook patterns around 12 yards. They seen Barnett was wide open. I don't know what the defensive back was doing, Kelly Sims, but something happened, and Barnett caught the ball, got it about 5 yards after the catch. Kelly Sims apparently slipped on the play. It was a good play by the Claymores.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line of the Admirals. McGibb and another fumble after the handoff, and it's still loose out there. Blunden trying to fall on it, and it's still loose. Who has it now? They still fight for it. Amsterdam recovers the 3rd turnover for Scotland, and that's the story of this game for Jim Kreiner's troops.
Just as I talked about a few minutes ago, turnovers are the key. And we're going to see what happens here. Matt Blunden's going to get the snap. The running back doesn't get a good grip on it. You can't really tell whose fault it was on the handoff. The ball's fumbling around. The ball's, you never know which way football is going to bounce. They're fighting for it, and Amsterdam comes up with it. But that's the story of the game for the Claymores, giving the ball away. Amsterdam has the ball at 40. They're in a decent field position right now.
The Admirals take over after the turnover, and the play fake coming from Martin, who hits David Jones on the near side. Jones struggling to get away from tackles, but they rule his forward progress stopped after a pickup of about 5 yards at the 34-yard line of Scotland. And to make it 2nd down. Martin, a solid afternoon so far, 16 of 25, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns to the Jones boys, Ernie and David.
David Jones has been the main target most of the day. Scotland needs to put someone on him, someone that can stop him.
First down, and there's Dawkins, who has been pretty much shut down in the ground attack so far in this game. Dawkins picked up about 3 yards on the play before he was brought down by Gerald Jeffcoat. Picked up 4 on the play, and he'll set up a 3rd down and short.
Yeah, the Admirals have definitely done their job moving the ball down the field in the air. Dawkins has been stopped. Claymores have done what they needed to do in that aspect, but in the air, Jamie Martin's done a good job.
3rd and 1, and the give goes to Dawkins. He's met right at the line of scrimmage, tries to struggle forward, and it appears he may have the 1st down on that 2nd effort. Just inside the 30-yard line, it'll depend on the spot. Jeffcoat again in on that tackle.
Dawkins hasn't gotten many yards today, but he's still running hard. He's still trying. He's still fighting, and he got real close to the 1st down here.
Less than 2 yards to carry. They'll bring out the sticks 4 measurement on this one. Dawkins looking quite frustrated so far with the afternoon on the ground, but the Admirals doing it in the air, and I'm sure Coach Luganville will say as long as they get the W, the victory in this game, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, Dawkins does appear to be upset about the running game, but he's made some key catches in the game. He's come out of the backfield, done it there, and he's trying. He's working hard. He's not giving up, and that's a sign of a true athlete, a true competitor. You know, he wants to do well. He's frustrated that he can't.
They missed that one by about 1.5 inches, so it'll be 4th and very short. And Coach Luganville, I don't see the field goal kicker Terry Belden coming into the game, so he's going to go for it on 4th and inches. And again, the Claymores defense will be called upon to come up with a big stop here and stay in the game.
Yeah, the Claymores stopped him in the 1st half on a 4th and short. And so Amsterdam may try to do something a little tricky this time, may mix it up, or just tell big man to go against big man and get him an inch.
4th and short, quarterback sneak. Jamie Martin carries it. And this will depend on the spot as well. The Claymore, some of their defenders saying no, he didn't make it, but it all depends on the spot of the officials when you have a pile up like this.
Yeah, it looked like the surge got them. All they needed was an inch. But a lot of it, I mean, all of it depends on the spotting, where the official put the ball.
Didn't appear to get a great spot on that one, so he may be in about the same place that he was. It appeared at the start of the play that his forward progress got him enough yardage needed or enough inches needed. That's the first run by the Admirals by a player other than Ralph Dawkins.
I can hear you, Jim.
And he barely got it by about an inch, an inch and a half. So the Admirals keep the drive alive. 1st and 10, just inside the Scottish Claymore's 30-yard line at the 29. A touchdown on this drive would build a huge margin as Martin rolls out under pressure, gets away from the first man. Now he'll take off and run. Now throws downfield and has his man for the completion. And there he is again, David Jones, slow to get up, but a big catch and a big play by Jamie Martin. Jocelyn Borgella, the one who knocked Jones down hard.
The replay here, Jamie Martin got out of the pocket, avoids the defensive man, makes a running throw. What a catch. David Jones goes high for the ball again, gets knocked out of bounds, but in pro football, if you're knocked out of bounds, it still counts as a catch inbounds. Great concentration.
Coghill made the catch or the tackle on that one, and then on the first down play, Dedrick Smith, the intended receiver, as Martin tried to go for it all in the end zone, and that one batted away at the defense by James Williams.
Jones is on the sideline again, 6 catches, 56 yards. He's had a big day. He's their go-to guy. When Ralph Dawkins is not running the ball well, the offensive line not blocking for the run, David Jones has come through big.
Nickel defense now being played by the Claymores, and Craig McEwen comes on to make the catch there, and he flashes into the protective padding out of bounds, but we do have a flag on the play. It'll be holding against the Admirals. A big break for the Claymores as it's going to push them back. George Cahill made the stop there, pushing McEwen out of bounds. McEwen, whose parents are from Scotland, again has at least 30 relatives here, but unfortunately that catch will be wiped out by the penalty. Now Luganville now looks for something else to find on
every time on offense.
2nd down.
In your screen here, look for number 56. He just pulls the guy straight down on the left-hand side of the screen. That's something you're not allowed to do, is use your hands to pull a jersey or pull a man expressly to the ground.
Kelvin Harris, the culprit on the holding penalty. 10-yard mark-off. 2nd down and 20 now for Jamie Martin and the Admirals offense. A quick pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. Batted down inside by Lamar Rogers, who's coming off an ankle injury to get his first real action since early in the season. He gets the pass deflection at the line of scrimmage.
That's one thing a defensive line is taught to do. With the quick drop, they know the ball is going to be thrown quickly. The defensive line doesn't have a time to pursue the quarterback, so they keep their hands up to destroy the passing lanes.
3rd and 20 for Jamie Martin, who goes back under heavy pressure again, gets it off and has his tight end Trumaine Bell, who gets inside the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. Tackled by Darrell Lewis there after the catch. And that'll set up a 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Jamie Martin released the ball and got hit hard on that play. He got up real slow. Bell did a nice job of getting the catch and putting the field goal kicker in better range to make this kick.
Terry Belden will attempt it from 29 yards. He's up and good. So the Amsterdam Admirals off the 3rd Scottish Claymore's turnover at a field goal. They now lead 16-0. Back with more action in just a moment.
There are those who go flat out just for the fun of it, and those who don't. When you go after it like this, you work up a thirst. Now, how you choose to quench that thirst depends on the answer to this simple question. Are you a man or a mouse? Hey, life is a sport. Drink it up.
In the preseason, my back hurts. My arms hurt. My legs hurt. My brain hurts. Even my teeth hurt. but come the regular season, it's all worthwhile. Because I get to hurt right back.
You can delegate it to your assistants and hope that they do it, but I've always paid a lot of attention to detail. I just feel that you can't let anything go unnoticed. You have to practice in order to expect your players to perform. So I try to put them in as many situations, game situations, as I can during the week in practice.
NFL Sunday Ticket. Up to 13 NFL games each Sunday. To sign up, call DirecTV at 1-800-781-4DTV.
Let there be football.
Protection takes on different forms this month in these thrillers on Direct Ticket. They were created as the final option in the war against crime.
You forgot to tell them who were the good guys and who were the bad guys, huh, Doc? My cybernauts are not perfect.
Now they're a law unto themselves. Can anything stop the T-Force? She was untouchable until she saw a part of a dirty game. Now they can't let her live, but they can't let her die. Her future is measured in silk degrees. These two terrific thrillers will blow you away. This month on Direct Ticket.
All Amsterdam here in the third quarter, 16-0, as the Admirals await to kick it off to the Scottish Claymores. And Jamie Martin, the story with the passing attack for Amsterdam, 18 of 29, 150 yards. They kick it off. Low line drive comes down at about the 7, and it is fumbled back there by Stacy. Will bring it across the 15-yard line before being brought down at the 17. Robert O'Neill made the stop, and Jim Kleiner's offense has to get something going in a hurry. Turnovers have killed them today, Mike.
Scotland has just turned the ball over 3 times, which has led to Amsterdam scoring 3 times. And the place that they fumbled the ball has been just crucial. They fumbled the ball on the 10-yard line, the 15-yard line, and that's given the Admirals a good chance to score, and they've taken advantage of it.
Right now, Matt Blunden back in the game, and he gives to Mickle up the middle for no gain at all on the play. Carm McGill and Blaine Berger in on the stop.
On the replay, we're going to watch number 90, McGill. He's in the middle of the screen. He's reading. He's watching the line. He comes unblocked and just tries to tear the head off the running back. Linebackers are some rough people.
Yes, they are. 2nd and 10. No gain on that play. London back to pass, under heavy pressure again, but finds Saran Stacy on the near side for a short gain on the play.
We're gonna watch Big John Kersey in the middle of the frame, second from your left, the big guy. He is bull rushing the guard, just going straight for the quarterback. He has to release it, a pickup of about 2 yards. The Admirals are playing great defense right now.
Well, a big man, 368 pounds, kind of tough to stop him from charging on 3rd and 8. Blunden back to pass, goes over the middle, but throws it short. He was looking for Alan de Graffenried, but because of the pressure by Mike Evans and company, he threw it short.
Yeah, the defensive line put a lot of pressure. Mike Evans, top of your screen. He's coming at the quarterback. They're all coming at the quarterback, but he does have time to throw it. It's just not a very good throw. The receiver wasn't open, but it just wasn't a good throw. The defensive line has done a good job all day of rushing the quarterback. That's what they like to do.
Back to punt. Krzyzewski. It's a short one off. It bounces, and Troy Stratford picks it up at his own 44 and returns it almost to midfield, where the Admirals will take over again in great field position. Tim Brown on the tackle on the Scotland punt coverage team. And Amsterdam in great position again, threatening to add to that 16-0 edge. They've got the ball inside.
You got beat inside.
Enemy territory at the 48-yard line of the Scottish
Well, we can't
Claymore.
have one guy make a mistake this play, another one the next day. We got to get it together now. Come on. Hell, we're going to have to throw the football, and we've got to have better protection than what we're getting. Understand? Come on now. Let's go. Get with it now. Come on.
We just saw Kreiner talking to the offensive line, telling them that they've got to give them better protection. They've got to do the job up front. The whole offense works with the guys blocking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Troy Stratford on that initial run for the Admirals on their first down play didn't pick up much, only one on the play on the pitch to the far side. So that sets up 2nd and 9 for Jamie Martin and company at the 47-yard line. Martin on the play fake, rolls near side and has McEwen. McEwen inside the 40 down to the 39 before he's pushed out of bounds. And they've run that play a few times with success today.
They have run that rollout. What Jamie Martin's going to do is come, fake the handoff, roll to the left. He's going to hit the McEwen in the flat. He's open, makes a nice catch, gets yards, fighting. Oh, he's got to impress his relatives here.
And he has a slew of them, over 30. Craig McEwen went to the University of Utah in the States, and on 3rd and short, Dawkins, not much yardage, but I believe he does have enough for the first down to close to the 35-yard line. That would be enough as the Amsterdam march continues.
I'm fine.
Now Luganville likes to run the football, especially with the best running attack in the league so far this season. But today they've used the turnovers with the solid defense of theirs and the passing attack.
Pull this up and keep it tighter on it, okay?
Scottish defense. 1st down and 10. Lone setback is Dawkins, and Martin tried to find his receiver, Ernie Jones, there and threw it to the outside, and Jones cut inside.
Yeah, that was a miscommunication there. The quarterback thought the receiver was going to run a 5-yard hitch pattern. The receiver ran a slant, and so from up in the booth, we don't know who's wrong. We just know they didn't get it done.
And the passing attack, once again, for the first time this season for the Admirals, has been working well today. They've got things clicking with the passing game on 2nd and 10. Martin back again, quick drop, and he has his man, David Jones, wide open. He'll score easily. Touchdown on the play, and Amsterdam is in complete and total control. It is now 22-0.
David Jones has been the go-to guy all day. That time it must have been a busted coverage because he was so wide open that when he caught it, he thought someone was going to hit him, but no one hit him. He just ran scot-free into the end zone.
36 yards on the reception. David Jones' 2nd touchdown reception of the day, and he has had a huge game, and Amsterdam is in total control of this one, about to try to add to their 22-0 lead as Belden comes on to attempt the extra point. Right through, so make it 23-0 in favor of Amsterdam as we take another look at the touchdown, Mike.
We're going to see on the replay on your left-hand side, David Jones, the H-back. He's in the slot. He runs just a simple seam pattern, and no one's around him. In this picture, you don't see anyone except his own players telling people to get away. Dedrick Smith's telling people to get away, and I don't know who he's telling to get away because no one's there. It was a play that Amsterdam's run today with a lot of success. Here we see it again. The linebacker there was maybe supposed to see him, but he didn't. David Jones was wide open. That was a great play, great read by the quarterback. The guy was wide open. Oh, he's jumping, he's leaping. Nice form on that jump.
Yeah, nice form on the touchdown too for a guy who appeared to suffer a leg injury earlier, still kind of hobbling around down there. I'd hate to see him when he was really healthy because he has had a huge game for the Amsterdam Admirals, who are in control 23-0. And now the Claymores have the unenviable task of trying to get back in the game by throwing the football against a very solid defensive unit for Amsterdam, ranked #1 in the World League coming in. Jones, 7 catches for 92 yards so far in the game, 2 touchdowns, and we're not done yet. We're not to the 4th quarter.
No, we still got a lot of game to play. In Amsterdam, that's what they want Claymores to do. They want them to pass the ball so they can just rear back and rush the quarterback, and now they're going to have plenty of opportunity to do that.
Belden teeing up to kick it off from his own 30-yard line. So Rand Stacy, the deep man in the middle, to receive for the Claymores. Short line drive kick, bounds at the 10, and Stacy still has some trouble with it. Picks it up at his 5 and is going to try to find some room. And there's not much of it. He goes down at his own 7-yard line. That's a second straight kickoff he's had some trouble with. And Coach Jim Kleiner, it's just not been his team's day.
Damn it.
Oh, brother.
Hey, who
Tom was hurt.
Yeah.
Nobody
Well, I tell you, if Steve
These
doesn't get
coaches
the
definitely
job
look
done,
puzzled.
we may have to go with Lorenzo. I mean, damn. What you got? I'm sorry.
Well, they better figure out the puzzle quickly if the Scottish Claymores ought to have a chance. There's Blunden finding Alan de Graffenried on the quick slant. He's brought down by Kelly Sims after a good pickup of close to 9 yards on the play.
Scotland still has a chance to win this game. They just cannot be impatient. Short pass right there for 8 yards is something they need to do on first down. Just establish things slowly, and when they get it down the field, they have to score points.
2nd and 1. London again looking for somebody to throw to, and now throws to the near side into double coverage, and he looked for his tight end Dwayne Chandler, and that was broken up by Cedric Figueroa. Let's take a look at some of the equipment the World League players wear, and take us through this, Mike Sherrard, since you're an NFLer yourself.
Well, helmet right there is an important piece that everyone has to wear. Shoulder pads, rib pads. Rib pads are usually only worn if you have sore ribs going into the game. Thigh pads, everyone has to wear. Very vital. And knee pads, actually, a lot of the skill position guys don't wear because the knee injuries that will happen don't happen because of the knee pad as protection. Knee pads are more of a thing where if you're diving for a ball or skidding on the grass, it'll protect your knees from getting burned, but it's not going to stop a major knee injury.
Punt it away, fellas.
How about the equipment? What's the weight? I mean, a lot of people wonder how much weight is added by wearing all that padding when you play again.
I think the weight's probably about 10 pounds. I think you get used to it as a kid growing up playing with the equipment on, but it's about 10 pounds, and as the game gets longer, you start feeling the pounds more and more.
Michaels stopped on that running play short of the first down, so the Scottish Claymores punt. Krzyzewski gets a low line drive off, and it's fielded by Stratford at his own 40. Gets up close to the 50-yard line, brought down at about the 48, where the Admirals will take over again. David Wilson brought him down after that punt of 42 yards by Krzyzewski. Well, trailing by 23.
Okay.
The Claymore's defense has to stop the Admirals and try to get the ball back for an offense which has struggled, especially
Mike
with
Anderson.
turnovers on the day.
Michael, nice job. Atta boy, all right. That's it.
Different types. Unitas was a quarterback that would get the snap, go back into the pocket, and he would wait and wait till the last possible instance to throw the football, and then take the hit after he threw the ball. Marino is a quarterback that gets back there, makes the quick decision, fires the ball, and it's an explosion when he lets that football go.
NFL Sunday Ticket, up to 13 NFL games each Sunday. To sign up, call DirecTV at 1-800-781-4DTV.
Let there be football.
There's a place near you where the mountain climbers never touch the ground, where the bodies are made of iron and the bikes of titanium alloy. It's Performance Bicycle Shop with over 6,000 square feet of high-tech cycling gear. But if you go, bring a stump-jumping spirit and your Visa card. Because at Performance, they take cycling to the extreme, but they don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
People don't do the gauntlet anymore. We are going to risk death a number of times on this trip. You're going to scream your guts out. You'll love it. Pump it hard!
From the director of The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Meryl Streep, Kevin Bacon. The River Wild.
Playing this month on DirecTV.
1st and 10, Will Fuhr back in the game at quarterback for the Admirals, and he hands off to Dawkins, who had a big hole up the middle, maybe one of his better runs on the day, as Dawkins picks up 5 or 6 on the first down play. Alan Young brought him down.
Yeah, that run right there was typical Ralph Dawkins. That's what he's been doing in the previous weeks. Just getting the ball, getting 5 yards, starting the offense in good position for second and 6.
Pick up of 4 yards for Dawkins on that play, 2nd and 6. And Fuhr on the play fake now comes to the near side. McEwen is open for first down yardage. Inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. And that play again, Mike Sherrard has worked all day. James Williams forced him out of bounds.
Yeah, the Admirals are doing a good job at the short passing attack. They're real patient. The running game is what they depend on, but it's not working well. But they're taking other things. They're taking the short passing attack to the flats. They're hitting the tight ends. McEwen making the second catch. They're just real patient. They have a very sound game plan, and they're executing it real well.
1st and 10 for Will Fuhr and the Admirals offense. And the pitch back goes to Dawkins, who doesn't have much room at all. He is brought down. Now look at Coach Luganbill and the Admirals, who are very used to playing close games. Week number 1, they beat Barcelona by only 4. Week number 2, they beat the Galaxy by only 2. And last week, they had a tough game against the Monarchs, and Monarchs' turnovers hurt them, and the Admirals escaped with a 7-point win, but not so today. They are up by 23 and marching to add some more. Coach Al Luganbill, and more importantly, with a victory, they get a berth in World Bowl III coming up June 17th or 18th. Fuhr on the draw play. Gives it to Stroy Stratford. Stratford had been bothered by a hip injury for the last couple of weeks. He's back to active duty today and has a nice pickup on that draw play.
Coming at you right here, Troy Stratford is going to get the draw, go up the hole, make a cut, and just follow his blocking. They did a good job for him, had a big opening. He gets it down to 3rd and 2. The Admirals are doing a good job now of kind of eating time off the clock. They know they have a big lead, but they still know they need to get first downs and keep the ball.
Stratford, some NFL experience with the Miami Dolphins, a good run there. And there's a pass by Fuhr to the far side that was almost intercepted. He was looking for Ernie Jones, and Jocelyn Borgella cut in front. And if he'd caught that one, the Claymores would have been on the board. He had nothing but open field in front of him, but it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Borgella, quarterback drops back, he throws it to the flat. Borgella, you can't see it right here in the replay, but he had it in his hands. That would have been a touchdown the other way if he'd had a good grasp on the ball.
Terry Belden will attempt one from 48 yards. And he got it. Terry Belden, who Coach Al Luganbill talked about the confidence he had in him to kick it from 4-point-plus range, just short of that for the 48-yarder to add to the Amsterdam lead. It's now 26-0 in favor of the Admirals.
Come here, come here, come here! See how squib middle. Hey, come here! Squib middle now. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Kick ass. Let's go.
It sounded like the coach said squib middle. What that means is the kicker's not going to kick it deep, high to the return man. He's going to kick it, bounce it down, kick it probably around 20, 30 yards, and make it bounce, and hopefully one of the bigger guys will pick it up. But he doesn't want to give the ball straight to DeGraff and Reed and let him return it.
We saw one of the strangest plays that either one of us has ever seen earlier, where the kickoff, a bullet line drive kick, hit off the up man's face mask and was recovered by Amsterdam earlier in the game. And maybe they'll try to duplicate something like that with this kickoff here.
Yeah, that was the squib kick before. The chance of it happened twice in one game, I'd have to say are pretty slim, but you never know.
There it is, goes down the middle. And the Scottish fans cheering Ben Terriero. Scoops it up and gets good yardage on the return, much to the delight of the crowd here at Murray Field. Ben Terriero on the return, and that's one of the first ones they've handled properly in about the last 3 or 4 kickoffs from the Amsterdam Admirals. So the Scottish Claymores will take over on their own 45, good field position. Here are the Nationals, Darren Chapman, Ben Terriero, we just saw on a nice return there, John Letham, and Scott Cooper, they call him Coops. May see some action at the wide receiver spot before too long. First and 10 from the 45. Blunden throws a quick slant pattern on the far side, and we have some flags down, maybe a face mask on the play. Cedric Figueroa was first to get there. Alan DeGraffenried made the catch.
It did look like a face mask on that play, but that was a play the Claymores ran a three-step drop, just a hitch pattern to the wide receiver. That's an easy play they can complete time after time, get you 8 yards.
Face mask on the defense, number 46, 5-yard
DeGraffenried taken off on the field with a slight injury. That means Scott Cooper, the Scottish national player, is in the game. He'll be wearing number 81. And you know the fans here want to see him get a catch. He is split out to the far side, top of your screen. 2:38 to go in the third quarter. And Blunden on the play fake looks near side, and it is incomplete as he was looking for Darrell Mitchell.
It looked like Darrell Mitchell kind of stumbled out of his break. I don't know if he hit a clump of mud or what happened, but he lost his footing at the end of the route and couldn't get to it as the ball sailed out of bounds. Cooper's a guy, a national player that I know everyone here wants to see catch the ball. Actually, he's had a great career playing football in Britain. He's had the second most touchdowns in Britain history, and he's a guy I hope I get throw the ball to once or twice.
Blunden looking to throw, goes down the middle, and it is intercepted. Ron Carpenter is 5th of the season, out to the 30. Now he cuts back to the near side, 35, laterals it. And he tried to get it to Kelly Sims. Kelly Sims lost the handle on it, but we do have a flag down on the play, so it may be off or not. If it counts, Ron Carpenter has his 5th interception of the season. Let's see what the call is. It looks like it's going to go against the Admirals, but it'll be determined as to whether it was before or after the interception.
There was no foul on the play, a legal backward pass, first down.
On the bottom of your screen, number 78, Blaine Berger. He's bull rushing the offensive tackle, puts a little pressure on Blunden. Just a poor throw by Blunden right to number 21, Ron Carpenter. Carpenter heads up play. He's trying to get some yardage on it, cuts back, and he knows he's going to get tackled, so he's going to do the old rugby shuffle, throw the ball backwards.
I'm looking for it right.
On first down, Troy Stratford takes it around the corner, picks up about 2 on the play before he's brought down by Brian Jones. Here's Ron Carpenter, played all of his career as a safety man, and he did kind of play center field on that interception. That was easy pickings for him.
That was heads up play by Carpenter. He was watching the whole play, didn't really have his eye on the receiver. He was watching the quarterback where the ball was going. That was a nice play.
4th turnover of the game for the Claymores, and that has been the story as Will Fuhr leads the Admirals on 2nd down and 8. He gives to Troy Stratford on the draw play, and Stratford is met before he can even really get going. On the tackle there, Lamar Rogers, the first to get to him. Also, Michael Brandon in on that tackle.
The Claymores are doing a good job stopping the run. It's just the turnovers in this game are just keeping them out of it.
3rd down and 11 to go. Fuhr back, quick slant, and he has his tight end, it looks like, Trumaine Bell. Bell gets it up close to the first down, but he'll be about 1.5 yards, 2 yards short, as Mark Sander was there defending on the play.
The Admirals right there ran their favorite play. We're going to see on the top of your screen Trumaine Bell. The quarterback's going to make a short drop, a high catch. Well, nice. Got nice stretch, got hit in the ribs. And after he caught the ball, he was aware that he was short of the first down, made a reach, and right now we're going to see if the measurement is there or not.
Mike, I thought the initial spot was going to be about 1 yard short, but they give him a good one on this. And instead of 1.5 yards short, maybe about 10 inches short.
Yeah, it was a good play by Trumaine Bell. He caught the ball. He knew he was short. He still made an extra effort to try to get the ball forward. Came up a bit short. but actually that was a good effort by the tight end to get it even that close.
So they will not go for it with a 26-point lead. They instead will punt it. And Darren Bennett, top-rated punter in the World League, coming into this one as time winding down here in the third quarter. Saran Stacy back deep to receive for the Claymores, who need some kind of play to get some points on the board and maybe give themselves a chance to get back in it in the fourth quarter. High punt. Stacy signaling for the fair catch. It lands at the 5 and it is downed. Beautiful job by the punt coverage team. Downed at the 1-yard line. So the Scottish Claymores will have terrible field position to begin with. And that ball was down by Sean Washington after a 42-yard punt by Darren Bennett.
This is one of the reasons why the Admirals are winning the game is special teams. They've punted the ball well. They've made field goals. You know, the Claymores have the ball on the 1-yard line, 99 yards to go, down by a lot of points. It doesn't look good.
Not at all. First and 10 from their own 1 as time is winding down here in the third quarter. Lee Williamson back in the game and goes down the sideline. That one's almost intercepted by Kelly Sims, who had some tight coverage on DeGraffenried. It looked like Williamson was trying to go for him on the far side, and was lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, Kelly Sims had great coverage on that play. He was running stride for stride with the receiver, and he almost made the pick right there.
Second and 10. Three receivers in. Actually, 4 receivers set now for the Claymores with 23 seconds to go in the half. Williamson, light rollout, under pressure, in trouble, and down he goes in the end zone for a safety. That is 2 points for the Amsterdam Admiral defense, and Williamson appears hurt on the play. Malcolm Scholl and Jonathan Kirksey got to him. If an offensive player is tackled in his own end zone, that's 2 points awarded to the defense or the tackling team, a safety. And Williamson really didn't have much of a chance. Goes down under a massive humanity there.
That was a gang sack right there. All 4 guys got to hit the quarterback at the same time. You don't see that happen too often. And that's just typical of Amsterdam's front 4. They can all rush the quarterback. They all put pressure on him. And right there, they all got to hit him at the same time, and they all get part of the safety.
So the great punt by Bennett has also turned into some points for the Amsterdam Admirals. I tell you what, they played 3 close games coming into this one, games that could have gone either way. But this one, they have been really in control throughout.
Yeah, field position is the most important thing in football. You try to position yourself in good field position. The Claymores have had bad field position the whole game. Here we go again one more time. Howell's really the first one through. Number 58, 75, 76, 97, 98. Any number you see on the field is close to the quarterback. Darren Bennett right here on the screen. The Aussie rule football player has done a great job punting, and he's the one who made it possible. He kicked the ball down to the 1-yard line, which put the Claymores in bad field position and results in a 2-point gain for the Admirals.
Also on a safety, the team that was tackled in its own end zone has to free kick the ball to the opponent. So the Admirals, even though they scored 2 points, would get the ball back once again. Short punt by Krzyzewski, a free kick, and it's out of bounds over there at the 45-yard line of the Admirals. So the Admirals take over again in good field position at their own 45. And to talk about the defense of Amsterdam again, Williamson is only 4 of 11 for 36 yards.
We're fine. Hey, get moved back. We're fine. Move back.
This is a kickoff out of bounds. By rule, the ball will be put in play 30 yards from the kick. First down on the 50.
the Admirals almost made a key mistake there by not fielding the kick, the punt. Maybe they thought it was like a normal punt, but if they wouldn't, if the ball wouldn't have went out of bounds, the Claymores had a good chance of recovering it.
Shut up! God damn it!
Again on the Amsterdam defense, Williamson through the air, 4 of 11 for only 36 yards so far. Blunden, not a great afternoon as well, only 5 of 11 for 48 yards and 1 interception. Meanwhile, the offense of the Admirals, led by Jamie Martin and Will Fuhr, has been clicking through the air all afternoon. Fuhr hands it off up the middle, and that should end the quarter as Frank Timming carried that one. And that's the end of the third quarter as Timming picks up 5 yards on the play. Amsterdam in full control of this one. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
And to this reporter, it's obvious that these strike negotiations are going nowhere fast.
Well, I've had just about enough.
Let's go.
Excuse me.
Love the shoes.
What were we thinking? After you. No, after you.
Life is good.
When you've got the great taste of an ice-cold Miller Lite, life is good.
Our work here's done.
Play ball.
Word is, you're the best.
Sylvester Stallone.
You think the killing is gonna make everything all right?
Sharon Stone.
Little Danger never killed anybody.
I'm sorry. Should I have knocked?
James Woods. Eric Roberts.
Waste him.
And Rod Steiger.
I give the orders.
In the most explosive movie you'll see this year.
I'm breathless with anticipation.
The Specialist.
Playing on DirecTV.
Well, the cheerleaders dance away, but not much to dance about if you're a fan of the Scottish Claymores, trailing 28-0 as we start the fourth quarter. 2nd down and 6. Frank Timming, the Amsterdam national player, got the first carry and gets the second here. Goes around the far side and picks up pretty decent yardage, about 3 or 4 on the carry. That'll leave him 2 yards short of the first down. 3rd and 2 for Amsterdam.
Yeah, it looks like your basic sweep right here to the left. Both guards and a tackle pulled on that play. Watch the top of your screen. You're going to see the guard and the tackle pull around. The wide receiver, Theo Blanco, makes a great block on the linebacker, knocks him down, which allows the running back to pick up 6 yards in that play.
3rd and 2, and Will Fuhr back to pass, throws it out in the flat to McEwen, and McEwen has enough for a first down as he gets inside the 40 down to about the 36-yard line. And again, that dump pass to the little H-back or tight end out of the backfield has been golden for the Amsterdam Admirals all game long.
That play is so key for the Admirals because what they're trying to do is spread the field. They're using sideline to sideline with the passing attack and the running the ball up the middle. To cover over 50 yards on the side is real tough.
1st and 10 at the 36, and Fuhr back to throw again. Protection good, goes over the middle, but that one batted away, broken up by Mark Sander, the linebacker, as he was looking for his tight end Tremaine Bell over the middle. Good defensive play by Sander on that one on the coverage.
Yeah, Sander did a good job of sticking his hand in and knocking the ball down. He was right by the tight end. He did a good athletic play by knocking it down.
Couple of nationals now in the lineup for Amsterdam with the game seemingly in hand, including Theo Blanco, who goes out wide to the top of the screen, and the handoff goes to Troy Stratford there, who picks up 3 yards on the play. Let's take a look at the nationals for the Amsterdam Admirals. Theo Blanco, one of them, Darren Bennett, the punter from Australia, and Frank Timming, running back, who has about 8 yards on a couple carries on this drive.
There's Timming right there on the sideline.
He's ready to come back in, too. He's got the mouthpiece in. That's a giveaway.
He wants action.
Fuhr back to pass again. Throws to Stratford out of the backfield, who's knocked almost out of bounds, but keeps his balance and struggles up the sideline for a few more yards. Mark Sander and Darrell Lewis on the tackle. And great balance by Troy Stratford on that one as he kept his feet about him and got a few extra yards out of it.
Yeah, that was another play where the Admirals want to get the ball to the sideline. They want to spread out the defense. And Stratford did a good job. After the first hit, he kept his feet and gained a few more yards.
Terry Belden will come on to attempt, we'll call this one a 47-yard field goal, as the Scottish Claymores on the sideline do not want to see Amsterdam add to their lead. And that one, no good. And curled wide to the left. So the 47-yard field goal attempt by Terry Belden sails wide left, and it's still 28-0 in favor of Amsterdam. So I guess, as they say sometimes, no harm, no foul with that big a lead. 28-0, 13-12 to go in the game. Now, the Scottish Claymores, they've moved the ball somewhat in this game, and Lee Williamson engineered a drive in the second quarter that unfortunately ended because Darryl Mitchell didn't hold on to the ball in the end zone. That's the only time they've really moved the ball in this game. What do they have to do to get some confidence, get back on the board? What type of things are they looking for?
Well, I think the short passing attack is something they need to do. They have to stay away from third and longs. They have to stay away from some obvious passing downs because Amsterdam just has too strong of a pass rush. They've been doing it. The first play, usually a short pass, and it'll work. And then they'll go away from that, and disaster will hit.
The first pass attempt by Scott Cooper. Darryl Mitchell is the intended receiver, and that one too falls incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Scott Cooper, the national player, wide receiver, is into the game for the Claymores. There's the man they call Coop, and of course the crowd would go nuts if he could catch another one.
Scott Cooper has a PhD in chemistry.
Whoa.
A smart guy out there, and he's looking to catch the ball.
Williamson on the draw play gives it to Saran Stacy, it looks like. No, it was Lorenzo Graham, who was brought down by Carm McGill. So Lorenzo Graham on the carry didn't get much yardage because of the play of inside linebacker Carm McGill. Al Luganville hoping things don't totally turn against him in the last 12 minutes, 30 seconds or so in this game, because if they hold on to a 28-0 lead, that means they get a berth in the World Bowl. 3rd down and 11. Williamson has his man Wayne Chandler on the near side. Kelly Sims forced him out of bounds. Not a big pickup on the play, only 4 yards. So that sets up 4th down and 7 at the 40-yard line, and Krzyzewski will come on to punt again.
The Claymores, it's easier said than done. They want to stay at a 3rd and long, but it makes no sense to complete a 3-yard pass when you have 11 yards to go for a 1st down.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Krzyzewski back at his 25 to field the snap. Gets this one off a high, good punt. Takes Stratford back inside his 20. But he holds on to the ball after bobbling it. And the Amsterdam Admirals will take over, holding a 28-0 lead.
While NFL action is still months away, the NFL has launched a new season on the internet. NFL Sidelines is an online connection to your favorite teams and players. Connect on the net with NFL fans around the world and chat live with the biggest names in football.
This movie is rated R.
Plus special coverage of the 1995 World League season. The NFL moves into cyberspace with NFL Sidelines. Tackle the internet.
You have to have the talent. You've got to have the size, the speed, the talent to compete. The thing that you really can't measure is the heart. And then the other thing that you have to be made aware of as soon as you can is his ability to learn, to execute the detail of his assignment in a pressure situation.
NFL Sunday Ticket, up to 13 NFL games each Sunday. To sign up, call DirecTV at 1-800-781-4DTV.
Let there be football.
Hey, 49er fans. Your team just completed a record-breaking season. Player of the Year Steve Young and Jerry Rice paced the league's best offense, while Deion Sanders tightened up the D. Together, they won an unprecedented 5th Super Bowl. So, 49er fans, what do you do for an encore?
We're going all the way to the
The official 49ers championship video is available now.
If I had me $1 million, I'd give me a Porsche 959.
She's still looking good, right?
I don't know, she my sister.
You want my king. All these other pieces are just the means to do it.
We're not be mixing none of these up, little homie. You understand me?
You always trying to scare me, but I ain't scared of you no more.
You ready to be the king?
Fresh, playing this month on DirecTV.
We're looking at Cedric Figueroa on the sideline there, and we're just admiring his hairdo.
I guess you can't call that one the Mohawk look because he'd have more, less hawk. I think that's what you have to call
Eric,
it.
you think your barber could do that to you?
No, no, I wouldn't allow it. And we're not going to tell Cedric face to face how much we love his hairdo either. Run up the middle there, Troy Stratford picks up 4 or 5 on the play. 2nd and 3.
I think Amsterdam still wants to work on the running attack. They definitely want to take time off the clock, get this game rolling, and expect a lot of running plays coming up.
Check that. Stratford picked up 5 on the play, set up a 2nd and 5 for the Amsterdam Admirals. And Stratford again, this time off the left side. Gets around the corner, has big yardage. And he gets out across the 35-yard line to about the 36 before he's run out of bounds by James Williams.
Stratford did a good job that time of using his speed, getting around the corner, and getting the ball upfield.
Fresh set of downs now for the Amsterdam Admirals as we approach the 11-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. Amsterdam with a 28-0 lead over the Scottish Claymores as Will Fuhr calls the signals and gives it to Frank Timming, National Player's 3rd carry of the game, and Timming had a good hole on the near side, picked up 4 or 5 more.
That was good hard running by Timming. He saw a crevice. On the replay, we're going to see what happens. The line is doing a good job blocking. Timming has both hands on it. Sees an opening. Oh, gets hit by a couple guys, but he's still edging forward, trying to get yards. He hasn't got much playing time this year, but hey, that was a nice run there.
Took a couple of tough hits there and gets the congratulations of his teammates on the sideline. Good tough run by Frank Timming. He's had a few carries today. 2nd and 4. He picked up 6 there. Troy Stratford cutting back up the middle. 2nd effort gets it down to about the 45-yard line as he stretches the football across there. And that'll be close to another 1st down.
They're going to have the ball 3rd and short now, but they're starting to run the ball like they've run the ball the last few weeks. I don't know, it's just because late in the game the offensive line is wearing down the defensive line, but they're starting to run the ball like they did back when last week against London.
And let's take a look ahead. Of course, Amsterdam looking ahead to the World Bowl in berth, and limping off the field there was Lamar Rogers. He had been bothered by an ankle injury earlier. Now it's Stratford getting the ball, and he ran into some traffic along the near side and was taken down. He did not get enough yardage for the 1st down, so the Admirals will be forced to punt. Now you look at Lamar Rogers on the sideline, and they're working on the calf area or maybe that ankle area once again. Amsterdam will be forced to punt here. And Saran Stacy back deep to receive. Good punt by Bennett. It rolls, and it's going to finally be down right at the 10-yard line. Let's take a look ahead on the World League schedule. The next weekend, Frankfurt will be hosting Barcelona. The Admirals try to make it 5-0 as they host Rhine Fire. And the Claymores will be back here, Murray Field, against the Monarchs of London. Claymore's preseason favorites, most evaluations, will have some work to do to try to get that second berth in the World Bowl. Lee Williamson on at quarterback, remaining in the game with approaching 9 minutes to go in the contest. Williamson dumps the little screen pass off, and he finds his receiver Lorenzo Graham out of the backfield. Graham picks up good yardage out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Keith Franklin brought him down.
Yeah, that was just a little swing pass out of the backfield. Graham caught the ball, got upfield. That was a nice touch on the ball by Lee Williamson. Not a hard throw from up here, but actually quarterbacks have a lot of trouble making that throw right to the running back.
7 yards on the pickup, 2nd and 3. The Claymores at their own 16-yard line, and Williamson to the air again, to the near side, and he was looking for Scott Cooper, who made the nice effort on the dive, but that one was thrown a bit behind him. Talking to some of the players earlier today, and they said Scott Cooper, who was going for a PhD, digested the playbook in about 20 minutes.
The replay, just a 5-yard hitch by Scott Cooper. He ran the route, looked like a good route by the receiver. The ball thrown behind him, made a diving attempt at it, but couldn't come up with it.
And if he'd come up with that one, he'd be more excitable than usual. He is a very energetic young man and a pleasure to be around. Scott Cooper, the national player, one of them for the Claymores. 3rd down, Williamson pumping, looking deep. And it looked like he was throwing it more to Ron Carpenter than to his own receiver, because Carpenter had the only real play on it.
Carpenter, I know, is kicking himself right now. Ball hit him right in the hands. Williamson, I think, was just trying to get rid of it at that stage. No one's really open, so he just let it fly down the field. Enzo replay. He sees what's going on, but the receiver is not open. Carpenter actually has a better chance of being the receiver on this play than the receiver does. Doesn't come up with it, and Carpenter's got to be mad at himself.
That's the second one today. He's had a real good chance, and that went off his hand. Krzyzewski punting it from his own 2. Low line drive fielded by Stratford at the Scottish Claymore's 45-yard line. It'll be downed at the 44, and the Admirals will take over with 8:08 to go in the game, leading by 28.
When you get into this profession, this coaching profession, you dream of someday being able to lead your team out to play a Super Bowl. Now all of a sudden it's there. You have that opportunity. It's really, it's a feeling that you can't describe. It's just such a feeling of contentment.
NFL Sunday Ticket, up to 13 NFL games each Sunday. To sign up, call DirecTV at 1-800-781-4DTV.
Let there be football.
He has provided some of the most memorable and exciting moments in sports history. On May 20th, the Warrior, 2-time world heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield returns to the ring.
Live on Channel 101, Saturday, May 20th, 9 p.m. Eastern, only $29.95 on Direct Ticket.
Let's watch Cooper on the last play. The ball's going to the other side of the field, but Cooper's running, seeing the action. He's watching. Why not throw it to me? I'm open. That's what he's thinking. But he's running towards it.
Throw me the ball.
Cooper wants to get part of the action. He's got the Gatorade going now.
Well, he had his man beaten there, but his quarterback Williamson looked to the other side and threw to a well-covered receiver there as Ron Carpenter almost had his second interception of the day. 8:07 to go, 28-0. Amsterdam in front is Will Fuhr. Tries to get some more action in today. Fuhrer last week was 15 out of 23 for 139 yards and was solid. Now we're in danger, 8 minutes 7 seconds away of getting a rarity. World League of American Football, a shutout. The last one occurred week 9 of the 1992 season as New York, New Jersey shut out the Barcelona Dragons 47-0. And right now, Al Luginbill looking for his team to keep the shutout. It leads 28-0.
Jimmy,
as the Amsterdam Admirals, at least through the first 4 weeks, appear for real as the team to beat in this World League of American Football 1995 season.
They definitely do. I saw them play personally last week when they played London. They looked good. And this week they look great. They've taken advantage of every turnover, every possibility to score. Just about they've done it. And with 8 minutes to go, they're looking good for the World Bowl.
And on the carry there, the national player Frank Timming again gets good yardage off the right side. He picks up 5 on the play, brought down by David Webb.
We're going to see the replay here. It's going to be an off-tackle play. The guard, number 56, pulls around, knocks out the linebacker. Timmings cuts up inside, number 54, the linebacker. Does a good job picking up about 4 yards. Running backs have to pay attention to blocking, and Timming did a great job of looking at the blocking and taking what the defense gave him.
2nd and 5 for the Admirals at the 40, and Timming again trying to get outside, but he runs into some trouble on the far side of the field. First by Tim Brown, then Mark Sander came up to clean up, and Timming lost a yard or so on that play. Maybe he lost 2 yards, so that'll set up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Timmings is still running hard, though. He hasn't had that many carries this year. Now he's getting an opportunity. I'm sure he's happy to get an opportunity to play an actual game, and you know, he'll remember this game for the carries.
We got the sun shining through now. Turned out to be a beautiful day for football here in Edinburgh. But not good news for the Claymores and their fans as Amsterdam leads it by 28, and the give there goes up the middle. No gain on that play as Troy Stratford took it up the middle, and he was met at the defense by Gerald Jeffcoat and Jose Moke Simon.
Yeah, he got met by a slew of Claymores on that play. I think Amsterdam is trying to milk the clock. They want the game to get over with. It's hard late in the game when you're a quarterback, Will Ferrer. He wants to throw the ball to test his arm, but as a coach, you have to run the ball. You have to get this game over with.
Bennett back to punt it and gets a high one off short. It's fair caught by Darrell Mitchell at his own 18-yard line, and get a mock cheer from the Scottish fans here as the Claymores handle the kick effectively there on the fair catch. They take over, trailing by 28 with just over 6 minutes to play here in the 4th and final quarter.
Johnny, nice job. Nice job.
Al Luginbill giving high fives to his players. He's got to be very happy. He said this is what we've worked for, a berth in the World Bowl, and they'll get it with the victory this afternoon. Turn it over to that great defense to try to hold on to the shutout and hold Scotland off the scoreboard. Williamson back in at quarterback for the Claymores. Goes back to throw. That pass is deflected over the middle and intercepted. It is intercepted. It looks like Alonzo Barnett might have come through and picked it off. The 5th turnover for Scotland, and that kind of afternoon for Jim Klein.
What?
Watch this play here. On the pressure for the quarterback. He's dropping back. He's going to wait to see what develops. He's really got time to throw it, and this is what you call the old tip drill. A linebacker is going to hit the ball up. He's going to deflect it before it comes to the receiver. And then the defensive back is going to, with the heads-up play, Alonzo Barnett comes and scoops up the ball and catches it. In offense, in America, in practice, they practice that play a lot. The defense knocks the ball up. The secondary guy catches it.
Harm McGill was the man on the deflection, and this is the national player, Frank Timming, coming to the near side. Picks up a couple before he's run out of bounds. Timming seeing a lot of action in the late going. Picked up 3 on that one. 2nd and 7, and a very happy bench, especially that man, Alonzo Barnett, who came up with the deflection and the interception.
Take that ball, man.
You see the turnovers so far this season. Scotland with 14. One of the reasons they have only got 1 victory to show for it. Amsterdam only 7 turnovers so far this year. And Brad Lebo now into the game at quarterback. Looks like for Amsterdam, his pass, he was looking for Trumaine Bell on the near side. That was incomplete as Brian Jones was on the coverage. And Ralph Dawkins is back into the game.
Got a new quarterback in the game, Brad Lebo. This is he hasn't got to play too much at all during the World League, but he's anxious to get out there. In a game like this, a lot of different players get a chance to play, and they, regardless of score, they still want to take advantage of it and do well.
3rd and 6, and the give to Dawkins, who goes off the far side and has a big hole. He's got first down yardage, and he goes down inside the 10-yard line to the 7, as he had a lot of room off the left side and picked up the first down.
From the end zone, we're going to see guards pull in. Dawkins get the ball to the left and just run the ball to the outside. Dawkins likes to cut the ball straight up, but there's lots of room, lots of green. He went to it, picked up about 8 yards. Theo Blanco has been doing a great job of blocking. Me as a receiver, I like to see receivers block, and Theo Blanco has been doing it all day.
1st and goal from the 7. Timming struggles down to about the 5, the middle. Dawkins, who just went out of the game in favor of Timming, has 19 carries for 43 yards, so nowhere near his league-leading 4.3-yard average per carry today, but I don't think he cares. His team is up by 28 as they face 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line of the Scottish Claymores. Timming would love to get a touchdown here. You just know that.
And he might get an opportunity. They're getting closer and closer. The offensive line has been getting stronger as the game's gone on, and so he may get a chance soon.
There's Timming on the carry, and he's brought down before he gets a chance to pick that hole to the outside. Alan Young there on the tackle. The Admirals have been rolling up the yards offensively. They have 325 so far in the game. Claymore's held to only 108 total yards of offense right now. And that's one of the stories. Turnovers the other. As Amsterdam sets up 3rd and goal from the 6, as Timming lost a yard on that play. And gets the handoff again. Breaks a couple tackles, gets down inside the 5 to about the 3, where it'll be 4th and goal. And it looks like Al Luganville is sending on the field goal unit.
Well, the Admirals have yet to, coming into this game, the Admirals have yet to score in the 4th quarter, and so this is kind of a game they've been looking for, a game where they can take over in the 4th quarter, even though they've done well quarter 1, 2, and 3. I think they're looking forward to scoring some points in this 4th quarter.
Belden will attempt a 20-yard field goal now. No problem there, right through. And Amsterdam, its first points in the 4th quarter so far this season, now builds that lead to 31-0 over the Scottish Claymores. Al Luganville that much closer. 3 minutes 9 seconds to be exact to a berth.
Let me see
in
here.
World Bowl
Who's
3.
deep, Mitch? Who's deep? Who's deep, Alan?
That drive, 7 plays, 20 yards. It took 2 minutes, 50 seconds off the clock, and Luganville urging his troops on not to let up, to preserve this shutout.
Terry, I want to squib it left. Left. All right, let's go. Run it. I got you.
Even with this big lead, Luganville has not stopped coaching. He's told the kicker to squib the ball again to the left. He still coaches are people that want to win. They're not sure they've won until the clock has expired. 3 minutes to go, up by 31 points. If I had to bet, I'd bet they have this game won. But
I would think so.
But he's still doing his job. The special teams still have to do their job. And actually, you're practicing for other times. You want your special teams to work hard at all times. And football is a game, especially once you stop working hard, once you stop trying, that's when people get hurt. And you'd hate to have a game where you win by 31 points, then have someone get hurt in the last minute or so.
Belden setting it up for the kickoff at his own 30. Saran Stacy, the deep man back in the middle. And another squib kick. Comes to the up back. And that looked like it might have been Stacy. And to think of it, one of the up backs carried it up across the 40-yard line of the 41. No, not Stacy. It was James Williams who got it as the up back, and he was tackled by Carm McGee as he brought it out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. The Claymores will take over. 1st and 10, 23 yards on that return, and there you see the scoring. Big 15 spot in the 3rd quarter by Amsterdam, including a safety. Defense is dominated in this one for the Admirals. 31-0, 3:01 to go in the game. Williamson back to pass it, and he has Scott Cooper. Scott Cooper on the sideline pattern, close to the first down, and the Scottish fans love it here as the national player Scott Cooper gets his first catch of the afternoon.
Scott Cooper is so happy to get that catch. We're going to see Scott Cooper at the bottom of the screen. He's going to run an out pattern. He goes up about 10 yards. He makes a break, looks for the ball, looks it in, gets his feet in bounds. Nice catch, nice route. Good play by Scott Cooper. 2nd down and 1. Williamson throwing over the middle, has his tight end, Dwayne Chandler. And he's brought down by Sean Washington. 1st down yardage, 2:45 and ticking to go in the game. As the Claymores, not in the hurry up as of yet, but they do have a fresh set of downs at the 40-yard line of Amsterdam. You're defensive coach or head coach of the team and you have a shutout at this point of the game, you don't want to lose it, but it's hard not to let up if you got a 31-0 lead. Right, defensive coaches, they want to get the shutouts.
He was looking for Cooper again, but that time Williamson threw it into double coverage and wisely threw it away. Sean Washington, one of the defenders back there on the coverage of Scott Cooper, was looking for a 2nd catch of the game.
Throwing an out pattern to the wide side of film like that, you've got to be careful because those are the plays that cornerbacks look for, they try to pick, and those are the ones they can take the distance.
Look for Cooper maybe to try to get deep soon and get 6 points on the board. That would really be thrilling for him. Williamson back to throw again, looks to the far side, and that one is overthrown a bit and almost intercepted. It's incomplete off the deflection. That'll set up 3rd down and 10. Carpenter was one of the people in the coverage. And
let's see you guys.
Yes.
Take care.
Craig McEwen.
Saying hi to all his relatives here.
Yeah.
Or the ones at home watching it on TV.
Absolutely. And rightfully so, the Amsterdam Admirals feel they're #1. They'll prove it right now as they move to 4-0. After they seal this victory up, 2:15 to go. Williamson back again under some heavy pressure and tries to get rid of it. Threw it off the back of one of his own offensive linemen. It'll either be grounding or an illegal receiver touching the ball. We'll see what the official call is. 2 flags down on the play.
Second from your right, Blaine Berger is just pushing his man back into the quarterback. Then he grabs the quarterback, Lee Williamson. Great defensive play right there. I don't know if the call was intentional grounding or not, but the defense has not let up at all. They've done a good job of putting pressure on the quarterback, stopping the run. I can't say enough about the front four of Amsterdam.
Entire defense has done it all this afternoon. 4th down for the Claymores and 10 to go. Williamson back to throw it. Little swing pass to Saran Stacy, who catches it over the middle and gets close to a 1st down. I think he has it at the 30-yard line of the Admirals. As we're inside of 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, Joey Phillips on the tackle.
This is a play Amsterdam has used quite often in the game. The Claymores are going to send everyone deep downfield, send the running back out of the field on a short drag across the field. There we go. Everyone else has cleared the way. Sharon Stacy is just wide open in the flat, sees the first down marker, barely gets the ball over.
We'll be back with more from Murray Field in just a moment.
That a player gets himself in shape, ready to play, weight training and all of the other things that improve a player to get him ready to play the game are certainly at the highest level that they've ever been. But when you go back to basics, and that's the old way of saying it, you have to go back to basics, and that's blocking and that's tackling.
NFL Sunday Ticket, up to 13 NFL games each Sunday. To sign up, call DirecTV at 1-800-781-4DTV.
Let there be football.
Mickey, do you take Mallory to be your lawful wedded wife?
When two people feel this strongly about each other,
I love you, Mickey.
you'd be crazy to stand in their way.
Immobilize me and I'm on my way.
Woody Harrelson, Juliette Lewis, Robert Downey Jr., and Tommy Lee Jones.
The whole world's coming to an end, Mal.
Natural Born Killers, an Oliver Stone film.
On DirecTV.
31-0, some happy faces on the Amsterdam bench, including Jamie Martin. Not so happy if you're a member of the Scottish Claymores and Coach Jim Kreiner's squad, about to fall to 1-3. But now they're trying to get on the scoreboard at the 30-yard line of the Admirals with 1:58 to go in the game. A little moral victory they're going for to try to get a touchdown on this one before it's all over.
Can you sign this too?
First down and 10 for Lee Williamson and the Scottish Claymores at the 30-yard line of Amsterdam. Williamson off the play fake, rolling near side, has a completion as he found his tight end, Dwayne Chandler, who was forced out of bounds after a short pickup on the play.
Melvin Anderson came up and gave a good hit to the tight end on that play.
Gain of 1 on the play, second down 10 at the 29. Williamson looking for Stacy on the far side. Threw that one a bit low. Stacy couldn't come up with it off the top of his shoes. Melvin Anderson on the coverage.
Yeah, Lee Williamson's not happy with that pass. It was behind Sharon Stacy and also on the ground.
Perhaps back to the drawing board after this week for Coach Jim Kreiner and offensive coordinator Doug Williams. Not much seemed to work here against this Amsterdam defense. Third down, Williamson loses control of the football. It's still loose down there before finally one of the Scottish offensive linemen picked it up. It was picked up by Ernie Rogers as Williamson seemed to just lose the handle on it.
We're going to watch the replay here. He drops back. He's looking to find a receiver and just slips out of his hand. He wasn't in the throwing motion. It just happens sometimes where you want to grip the ball and it just slides out like a... But luckily they got the ball back.
And that kind of day for the Scottish Claymores as they have to punt it away now. Krzyzewski in the game will kick it from his own 40. Meanwhile, Bobby Hamilton went out of the game for the Admirals with a slight injury. Krzyzewski, high angling punt. Nobody's back deep to receive it. So it'll be down at the 2-yard line by the Claymores. Let's take a look at the standings as the Amsterdam Admirals will wrap up a berth in the World Bowl as they move to 4-0 with their victory this afternoon. Dragons now 2-1. Frankfurt, London, and Rhine-Fire at 1-2. And the Claymores will fall to 1-3 after being the picks of many to at least win one of the halves here in the World League of American Football based on talent and what they've done in preseason scrimmages. What do they have to do to regain something in the second half coming up?
They're going to have to not turn the ball over. That's the first thing. Today, in the first half, they gave the game to the Admirals, and they took advantage of it. The Admirals, I think, were looking for respect today. A lot of people were talking about Scotland being the team and talking about the German squads, but they've come out, won their first 4 games, and you know, they're definitely the team to beat. They've got the first half locked up, and they're going to continue to play hard. Hopefully they can stay healthy. and they have a good shot at winning it all.
Troy Stratford saying we are the team, and the Amsterdam Admirals will be one of the World Bowl participants on June 17th or 18th after they look impressive, securing a 31-0 victory as the final seconds ticking off here. Brad Lebo will probably just fall on it, as he does, and that'll do it. That will do it. The Amsterdam Admirals, in impressive fashion, beat the Scottish Claymores by a final of 31-0, and Coach Al Luganville and his staff to be commended on a fine effort this afternoon as Amsterdam qualifies for a berth in the World Bowl.
Thank you. Appreciate it. One of those D's, well, everything went right for us.
Yeah, you guys made some things happen now, so you got a good ball club. Thank you.
They protected the ball.
Well, they did a hell of a job.
Thanks.
You and your coaches all did.
Good luck. Appreciate it. Where's Ernie?
That is it. The Amsterdam.
Don Silvestri gets ready to kick it off for the Monarchs. The big grudge match against the Barcelona Dragons. Back deep for the Dragons, number 33, Lindsey Chapman. And Silvestri getting ready. Chapman there, number 33, he's ready. And we're ready for action. Silvestri gets off the kick, and it's going to be fielded by Chapman at around his own 9-yard line. Looking for some running room, gets past one tackle. Great start this for Barcelona, and Chapman is dragged down from behind, but not until he'd reached the 34-yard line. Good start on specials for the Barcelona Dragons.
Picked up a nice block from Eric Lindstrom to get the extra 5 yards at the end, Nick.
So Casey Weldon from Florida State leads the Barcelona Dragons offense. He's thrown 6 interceptions so far on the year. Says he's disappointed with his own performance, but he's learning all the time. Good experience for the man from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and a very good friend of the Monarchs quarterback Brad Johnson. First down for Barcelona. Chapman and Thompson in the backfield. Weldon drops and looks for Thompson, and Thompson turned and tried to get his hands up, but wasn't in a position to make the catch. Charles Thompson, one of 2 running backs that Barcelona are looking to generate some real ground strength with today. The other one is Lindsey Chapman. They also have Ricky Blake they can go to. Tyree Davis and Mario Henry are the wideouts, both from the NFL. Demetrius Davis, the scourge of London 4 years ago, is at tight end. Single back, Thompson. And they give to Thompson, who cuts inside, gets a lot of running room, and picks up over the 40-yard line. A.J. Jenkins in on the stop, along with Gerald Nichols. But a pickup of around 7 yards there straight away for Thompson, who's going to be working behind a massive offensive line that is getting stronger and stronger. All 5 of these guys have NFL experience. Andy McCollum is here with the New Orleans Saints, and he really does look a touch of class.
Averages 310 pounds per man on that offensive line.
Third down and 3. Weldon drops, gets a lot of time, gets a man. First down Barcelona. He's found Demetrius Davis straight away. The tight end is productive against the London Monarchs. Kevin Porter made the stop, but a first down Dragons. Defensively, London will show a 4-3 front with Jenkins and Herman Smith looking to generate the pass rush. Oladipo and Lofton, the run stuffers up the middle, and watch out for 97 Horace Morris. First down and a fumble. Thompson recovers his own fumble. Big play right there. Rick Newbill was all over him, but Thompson, who originally coughed it up, managed to cover it up, but a loss of around 5 yards on the fumble.
Looked like Charles Thompson was looking at the hole before he got the ball.
They have 3 fit linebackers, the Monarchs. Newbill and Smith on the outside. Dave Hoffman, who's been limping in practice, he too is pressed into service. 5 defensive backs for London on 2nd and long for Barcelona. A single setback for the Dragons. The Pressure coming, and Weldon is flattened. A.J. Jenkins and Horace Morris, number 97, came in. He's an impact player in every sense of the word, and Casey Weldon felt the heat right there.
With Jenkins and Morris, the Monarchs have tremendous speed at those defensive ends. Louis Age, who's 340 pounds, and Chuck Bradley, 275 at the tackles. And look at that, just right around and stuffing Weldon. And sacks was the reason that Weldon had thrown so many interceptions early in the season. He's been under pressure.
Third down and huge now for the Dragons. And Weldon looking to put it upstairs, and is flushed out of the pocket and goes high and all alone and broken up. But Mario Henry was all alone for one horrible minute there. And some good coverage came in from the London Monarchs' defensive backfield. Otherwise, Henry could have been all the way.
And Henry thought that Edward Buck had been all over him as he went up for the pass. Weldon's pass fluttered a bit, and they had to stop to get it. The referees deciding that they were both going for the ball.
Kenny McIntyre, number 28, is the man who will return the punt. It's coming up now from Scott Zarady, who was drafted by the Monarchs, who gets off a very poor quality punt that takes a nice Barcelona hop. And it will be down at around the 28-yard line. A real low, looping kind of punt there.
Scott Zarady with a lot to prove here to the Monarchs, but he didn't do it on that punt.
Brad Johnson at the helm for the London Monarchs. He's thrown more yards than any other quarterback in the World League so far. 668, 4 touchdowns, and a couple of interceptions as well from the man from the Minnesota Vikings. Tony Brooks and Phil Bryant in the backfield for the Monarchs, and Johnson, I think, asking for the PA to be turned down so that he can hear the call.
He's coming in over the receiver in his helmet, which they use to send the signals in to the quarterback.
And it's a spread formation straight away for the London Monarchs on first down. They give to the lone setback, who is Tony Brooks, who doesn't get an awful lot of yardage before he's wrapped up by Eric Lindstrom, the veteran Barcelona Dragon. So second down coming up for the London Monarchs, who start with Victor Exebubadike and Tony Brooks in the backfield. Alan Allen and Larry Wallace, the wide threats, and their primary receiver, Mike Titley, 19 catches on the year so far. They'll be looking to add to his haul this afternoon.
And London want to establish the run game. Let's see if they don't put it in the air this time.
Second down and 8. Johnson with a deep drop and a little flare pass. And not much doing there at all for Tony Brooks.
Bobby Hammond wants to get the ball to Tony Brooks as much as he can, both as a runner and a receiver.
The offensive line for the London Monarchs, no change from last week. Luneberg and Moody at tackle. Craig Ritter and Terence Wisdom now restored to full fitness at right guard, and Damon Baldwin, the anchor of that offensive line. Third down and around 4-5, and 5 defensive backs in for the Barcelona Dragons. Johnson looks for Ronnie West, can't get him. Mike Middleton had good coverage, so it's 3 and out 2 for Brad Johnson, just like his good friend Casey Weldon.
And one of the problems for the Monarchs is they come out trying to establish the running game. It doesn't work. It puts them in situations where they have to pass, and they haven't established any deep threat. They can't stretch that defense out when they're in a passing situation. Sonny Fexico in pre-game warm-ups was getting plenty of height. He'll need plenty of height against Tyree Davis from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a dangerous receiver and a very dangerous return man as well. Sonny gets off a good one that has Davis backpedaling to his own 22. And they forced him up the middle. Good, solid special teams play there from the London Monarchs. So Barcelona will take over on their own 33 when we return after this.
I think the initial hit is still pretty much coached the same way, in that you have to approach him facing the numbers and then wrap him up, and then if he slides one way or the other, it becomes an arm tackle. But you're also taught to get in there and to try to strip the ball carrier of the football. And I think defensive coaches are stressing that more and more.
NFL Sunday Ticket, up to 13 NFL games each Sunday. To sign up, call DirecTV at 1-800-781-4DTV.
Let there be football.
A coach running out of hope.
I can't win with these guys.
A boy searching for a future.
Dad, when are we going to be a family again?
When the Angels win the pennant.
And a team whose only prayer is,
God, maybe you could help them win a little. Holy cow!
How do you do that? No one can see me or hear me but you.
What about Angels helping the team?
Angels in the Outfield.
It could happen.
Now playing on DirecTV.
Scoreless between the London Monarchs and the Barcelona Dragons after each team has had one offensive series. The battle between the head coaches on the sidelines, Jack Bicknell, El Caballero, as they call him in Barcelona, Cowboy Jack, the most experienced head coach in the World League. Bobby Hammond, in contrast, for the London Monarchs, this his first head coaching job. An NFL player with the Giants and the Redskins, and a ton of NFL coaching experience as well, but this his first time as the #1 guy. So Barcelona, with Casey Weldon at quarterback, have Ricky Blake in the backfield. And the give is to Blake, who runs into his own man. I think it was Ed King that he may have run into there. A.J. Jenkins and Gabriel Oladipo coming in to make the stop.
They were in a 2 tight end set there with both Demetrius Davis and Joey Mickey, and Ricky Blake, who's not quite 100%, is a big running back, all-World League back in 1991. He weighs about 245 pounds, and they'd like to establish him on the ground.
2nd and 8, 5 defensive backs in for London, and Horace Morris, 97 in the game as well. The speedster at defensive end. Weldon drops and's got a man over the middle. Demetrius Davis picks up first down yardage and draws a stack of Monarchs defenders, but not before he picks up a first down. Eric Stevens, Kevin Porter in on the stop, but Demetrius is at it again.
Does it seem like he always plays better against London?
Quite phenomenal. This the man that destroyed the Monarchs in the first time that these two teams met 4 years ago. This season he started the game with 10 catches. He's picked up 2 already. They've got to watch him.
And key to that pass play, Lewis Age kept Horace Morris away from Casey Weldon, gave him time to throw.
First down Dragons after the completion from Weldon to Demetrius Davis. Weldon with a lot of time puts it upstairs, looks for Mario Henry, who had a step on Carlton Lance but couldn't quite come up with the play.
And talking to Jack Bicknell yesterday, one of the things he was looking for was for Casey Weldon to check the other receivers, not necessarily go to the guy who the play was designed to. He threw into double coverage there. Henry may have had the step, but it was always going to be a tough completion.
Cisco Marcos, number 86, is in at wide receiver for Jack Bicknell's Dragons. He's the Spanish receiver on 2nd down and 10. Ricky Blake is the lone setback. Flag comes down. Flags on both sides as Blake pushes his way for 3 or 4 yards, but flags from both sides of the line of scrimmage. Dave Hoffman made the stop. The referee is Bill Carollo.
Offside London is what he's indicating. You'll see they step into the neutral zone just before the snap. Weldon going with the long count. There it is on the right side of your screen, both jumping end-end tackle.
Well, the referees might not working with that. Confirms that the 2 defensive tackles for the Monarchs, who are so keen to establish themselves in this game, that they jumped. 2 tight ends out for Barcelona. Demetrius Davis to the left, Mickey to the right. They give to Ricky Blake, who picks up close to first down yardage before he's stopped. Nick Smith, the outside linebacker, came in and made the stop.
Ricky Blake, linebacker sized himself, 6'2", 244 pounds. They would like to have him pounding against that defensive line.
And Nick Smith is going to see a lot of playing time today, although in fact he's now checking out of the lineup as they go in with a 5th defensive back on 3rd down and around 2 to go for Barcelona in London territory. The give is to Blake, who picks up just enough for a first down. Kevin Porter came up from the strong safety position, but Ricky Blake, Jack Bicknell was saying to us, is now fully fit and could be a huge factor in this game.
Well, I wonder if it's actually 100%, because what you don't get from him right now is that quick burst of acceleration that would have gotten him around that. There was an opening there for big yardage, but he couldn't get to it in time.
But does enough for a first down for the Dragons. They're on the London 41. Jack Snell said we must get a running game going. They stay with Ricky Blake as the lone setback. Blake once again gets the carry, picks his way through the hole, breaks a couple of tackles and will be close to first down yardage, just like Amsterdam last week as Rick Newbill makes the stop. The Dragons are getting some good ground gaining on the ground.
And what they'll do is when they come out and see London with only 6 players up front, 4 linemen, 2 linebackers, they'll put the ball on the ground and run at them.
They stay with 2 tight ends, Mickey and Davis. Once again, they give it to Blake, who just plows his way through the middle and probably picks up a first down. A.J. Jenkins was there to try and stop him, but I think Blake has done what he had to do. Ricky Blake, the former Dallas Cowboy, who started his career in the World League with the San Antonio Riders back in 1991.
And was all league that year with them.
And was huge. First down after the carry from Blake. London stay with 5 defensive backs, which is an alignment we'll see a lot of this afternoon. And all sorts of movement there. A flag comes in. Blake is hammered by Dave Hoffman one-on-one, but a flag and certainly movement on the line. We'll have to wait for the call. Ricky Blake checks out after 19 yards on 5 carries. Let's wait for the official call on that. Certainly a lot of movement.
It's again against the defense. Now watch the defensive end on the left side of your screen. What's happening? A lot of this is they're shuffling guys in and out, and they may get off the snap count. You see Jenkins coming in quickly. Speed is the key for the London defensive ends. They're trying to anticipate that snap. If you're not in there every play, sometimes you get off. Weldon doing a good job of varying the snap counts as well.
Lindsey Chapman checks into the lineup in the backfield on first down and 5. Barcelona looking to run it here so far, and they give it to Chapman, who's got a stack of running room and looking to turn the corner and still on his feet, and is eventually gang tackled short of the end zone. Edward Buck came up to make the stop, number 27, but a big play for Lindsey Chapman.
On that right side of the line, they got Herman Smith pass rushing outside and went inside of him, double team down on Billy Lofton. There was a lot of room for Chapman to get through. He's got good instincts, a squirmy kind of runner.
And he certainly squirmed his way for a big one there. Lindsey Chapman played his college football at California.
You see how what I mean by squirmy is he gets through, he's looking for the hole as he's moving. He's always looking for a little bit of an opening to get through, and he's only 5'8", but he weighs about 200 pounds, a bit more than 14.5 stone. So he's got a lot of power in there once he has to get through that hole.
And he was working behind the block of centre Andy McCollum there, number 55. Demetrius Davis in the lineup along with Joey Mickey. This 2 tight end formation for the Dragons. And a single running back. It's Lindsey Chapman in there at the moment. Second down. Knocking on the door. Weldon with time. Looks, he's got a man. It's Joey Mickey who is met one-on-one and nailed by Kenny McIntyre. Joey Mickey, normally the blocking tight end, but came up with a good pair of hands there.
And one of the things that's happening down here is they're close to the end zone. It's a tough place for pass receivers to get any room because the end zone's only 7 yards long. So it doesn't give you as much depth to be able to run your patterns. You've got to cut them off shorter, and you know that the defensive backs know that. Makes your field goals and extra points a lot easier to kick, 3 yards easier. It makes it harder for your punter to get out of the end zone as well. But the big thing offensively is the lack of room.
Weldon flushed out of the pocket, getting chased and pressured, and it's broken up and intercepted. Great play there from Carlton Lance. Big stand there defensively for the London Monarchs. Weldon intercepted in the end zone.
2 big plays in a row by London DBs. Carlton Lance, great hands as he came in. The receiver was open for a second as Weldon scrambled, but he reacted to the ball.
Not much wrong with the throw from Casey Weldon. He had a man, but Carlton Lance just stepped up and made a big play. And what an important play it was, because Barcelona at that point were really controlling the line of scrimmage.
The Dragons are going to be very disappointed to have gotten a drive like that going and then to come out with no points out of it.
I'll tell you something else, Mike. They'll be gone back to the sideline and say, well, we can run the ball on this team. First down, a fumble snap straight away. Tony Brooks picks it up, but will lose some yardage. Phil Bryant was in there. A poor snap there. Didn't look like Brad Johnson ever had a piece of it, and smart recovery from Brooks,
who actually almost made it back to the line of scrimmage. Good heads-up play. But it's not the way you want to start. You should get a boost now. The Monarchs should be coming out. They really want to establish themselves offensively.
So Johnson will be working on a 2nd down and 13. 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers. Johnson drops back, looks to go upstairs, looks for a man. Great catch from Allen. One of the great catches of his career, surely. Great second effort from the man from the New York Jets, and they love it here at White Hart Lane.
And they had Robert Jackson in at the other wideout, which meant that Barcelona had to respect both guys as deep threats. Allen gets into single coverage on the right of your screen. Johnson throws it up. He's got the step. The safety's out of it. You can see he's still coming over. And then great concentration by Allen to come down with that ball as it was almost broken up by Tracy Smith.
45 yards on the catch for Allen. That's his big play capability. Bryant and Brooks in the backfield. Johnson gets it batted away, and that's another great play from Barcelona. Victor Hall, number 98, comes up with it and is still going, and it's down to Johnson to save a touchdown. What a play from a man who was drafted in the 45th round.
And Victor Hall was a tight end in college. He came to the Dragons as a tight end. They discovered he'd played indoor football, arena football. He'd had to play both ways, so they kept him on the roster as a DE, defensive end. He's doing it now. Johnson comes back to pass. They're looking longer again. Hall bats it down, and now, just like Allen, the concentration as he comes up with the ball, he can get up and run because nobody's touched him, so no one's tackled him. And once he's moving, he can run. Brad Johnson, good job of cutting him down.
All the way to the 15 for Victor Hall. A man who, by right, shouldn't have been here at all. 45th round he was taken, but he's making a name for himself. Barcelona with the ball. 1st down, 2 tight ends once again. It's a formation they like. Ricky Blake picks his way through running room behind some good blocking and will pick up 4 or 5 yards. Gabriel Oladipo eventually bringing him down, but these running backs, all 3 of them for Barcelona, Ricky Blake, Lindsey Chapman and Charles Thompson, are working behind a vastly improved offensive line. We'll talk about that a little later on.
And they're getting their second chance now to do something in close after having given up the interception. They get one back.
5 defensive backs in the lineup for London. The handoff is to Ricky Blake, who tries to rumble around the corner, but he's not fooling anybody. Kenny McIntyre and Kevin Porter combined to spin him out of bounds.
A good read by the defensive backs. When they saw the tight end blocking down for the sweep, they came up fast. Close the hole down.
Gerald Nichols, number 93, checks into the lineup for the London Monarchs. He only joined the team on Thursday. Nick Smith also comes in. 3rd down and around 8 for Barcelona. It's been a first quarter of big plays so far. A great interception, or 2 great interceptions, and a big reception as well. 3rd down. Can London answer the call defensively once again? Motion from Demetrius Davis. Weldon feels the pressure and is nailed from behind by guess who? Horace Morris. The man's speed is simply too much.
Horace Morris is going to be rushing on the right side of your screen, but the story here is Weldon not seeing any receivers open. He takes the quick drop, and he's looking already. No one's open. He starts to run, but he doesn't realize how quick Horace Morris has come around on the right side, and he's going all the way around Lewis Ames. That's a lot of room to get around.
So Scott Zerady will attempt a 44-yard field goal. That's his longest of the season. And the man who was cut by the London Monarchs answers them in style. Another 44-yard kick from Zerady. He is now 7 for 8 on the season. So it's Barcelona ahead by a score of 3-0. We'll be right back.
Hey, 49er fans. Your team just completed a record-breaking season. Player of the Year Steve Young and Jerry Rice paced the league's best offense, while Deion Sanders tightened up the D. Together, they won an unprecedented 5th Super Bowl. So, 49er fans, what do you do for an encore? The official 49ers championship video is available now.
a gridiron miracle.
Where in the hell do you get off trying to put together another team?
Who are you, Vince Lombardi all of a sudden? It's Pee Wee football.
With a cast of small wonders who only have 2 weeks to learn how to pass, catch,
Son, if you're going to cheat, win.
block,
Get the fear out of your eyes. Let's go.
and kick butt.
You got it made.
Little Giants.
Timmy, I'm not sure, but I don't think that goes there.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket.
So it's the Barcelona Dragons on top of the London Monarchs. 2:31 to go, first quarter here at White Hart Lane. It could have been so much worse. A big play defensively from Horace Morris, and the Dragons have to settle for a Scott Zarady field goal. Ronnie West and Robert Jackson are back deep. And it's West who fields at around the 10, looks for running room, slightly trips up himself and will be down at around the 28-yard line. But the Monarchs looking to generate something of a passing game. We saw the big play to Alan Allen, but big plays are what London have struggled with this season.
And you see what the problem is because Larry Walsh is only at half speed and Ronnie West is a converted running back, they're not getting any distance on the throws to their receivers. That means Tony Brooks can't get any distance coming out of the backfield because the DBs are playing up so tight. Alan Allen's their only deep threat. That's why Jackson can help stretch the defense.
First down, Brooks and Bryant in the backfield. The give is to Brooks, who shoves and pushes his way for 4 or 5 yards before he's gang tackled Mike Middleton, the strong safety, the last man, number 22, to dive in on the pile. But you talk about their passing game, Mike. I think they're averaging 6 yards a catch when you throw in the running backs as well, and that's simply not good enough.
Right, you want to be up more toward the 8 yards or so per play on that, and then you want to be up at about 10 or 12 per catch easily. And you see Jackson will open things up. They've got 2 wideouts now on the left, 1 on the right.
Single set back is Tony Brooks on second and around 6. Lots of movement on the Barcelona line. Flags come in late. And Brooks runs into number 22, Mike Middleton. Ken Alexander in on that one as well. But a lot of movement on the line. We'll have to wait to see if Barcelona were drawn or whether they jumped.
And you see what they're trying to do is establish the pass by getting the running game going. But until people are going to stretch out, they're not going to be able to establish the pass, period.
It goes against...
For the lip readers in the audience, offside against the defense. You saw them coming close to the bottom of the screen, near side now. Watch Johnson on the snap count. Just calling, they're just trying to anticipate that snap count, anticipating wrong.
Bonds and O'Brien assessed there. 2nd down and 2 for the London Monarchs after the penalty. And not getting too far there at all was Phil Bryant, number 24, who has probably lost a yard or so there.
And I know you like to say 2nd and 2 is the kind of down you'd want to pass on, and really that is the time when you can try to get that passing game going.
They lost a foot or so on the play. Phil Bryant unable to get any kind of penetration whatsoever. It remains 3rd and 2. Bryant and Brooks out of the I formation in the backfield. The give is to Brooks, who's got a lot of running room and gets a couple of good blocks as well. And Brooks over midfield and pushed out at around the 32-yard line by Tracy Smith. But that is what Tony Brooks can do if the blocking schemes are right for him.
And that's what they've wanted, to get Tony Brooks through that line and then out one-on-one where you can get some yardage. Now watch inside, just double teaming. Tony Brooks sees the hole. Got another block there. He breaks one tackle from a DB, comes to his left. He's got lots of room now. It's just a foot race, and he gets ridden out of bounds. But big pickup, a big gain from Tony Brooks.